Happy Halloween! Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks. And with me tonight is the one, the only, the spooky Dion Green.
Baby, baby, boys and girls, children of all ages, I bring to you the spookiest of Uncle Dion's around. Yours truly, your mom's a banging hot bitch.
Ooh, you sound like Paul Bearer.
Undertaker.
And finally, tonight we're joined by Kendo Slice.
They used to call it a jumpoline, and then your mom got on it.
All right. So
That counts. I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. So, folks, we're back. It's episode 195 this evening. Terminator, A Dark Fate, Worse Than Death. So tonight we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to cover all sorts of things. We're going to talk about Terminator. We're going to talk about the Benioff and Weiss Star Wars stuff. We're going to talk about Halloween, and we're going to talk about whatever you want, because tonight we're going to finally feature a segment we've been trying to get started for a long time. It was dependent on our patrons, and one of our patrons has been sending in some questions. So at the end of the show tonight, we're going to answer those questions. So let's get the show started like we always do and welcome our newest patrons. First off, we want to thank Kyle Sanborn. We want to thank Rob Brantz. We also want to thank Jonathan Showalter, as well as Dark Overlord, Dark Cry. So we got all those new patrons this week, and we're going to have After Hours tonight. After Hours was fun last night, Dion. I'd like to call it the Ballad of Penis Clark.
Okay.
Kind of was, though.
I like it.
But tonight, who knows what's going to happen? We just kind of make it up as we go. So, you ready to talk about something truly scary, truly horrific, truly terrible?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, Terminator Dark Fate.
Ugh.
Oh, shit.
So, when we first saw the trailer last year, we coined the phrase the LGBT-1000. The name stuck in the community. We've had a lot of fun with it. And much like other movies that we've guessed looked like shit, Terminator Dark Fate. Uh-oh. What do you got there, Kendo?
Got myself a big old bag of candy corn.
Oh, God. The best candy ever.
It's
Hell
good.
yeah.
I wish I was eating that right now. Can't you hear the excitement in my voice?
Oh, man. Is that really you, Jeff? I've never heard you so excited.
Do you mean to tell me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean? Dude, later on in the stream, I'm going to show my Marty McFly costume.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I got that. And I've the best Halloween costume I've ever seen. It's not ours, but it's someone else. It's a very famous celebrity. And I just wanted to share it. So, Terminator Dark Fate. We saw it. LGBT-1000. Looked like crap. Trailer did not deliver. And now the reviews are coming in. And Terminator Dark Fate is an embarrassment.
Oh man, that was a corner they painted themselves in, man, and it needed to be fucking hot, and apparently it was not. I'll probably still see it, but yeah, man, I am in no goddamn rush. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, here's the thing. Terminator, to me, we're not calling for a Star Wars boycott. We're not calling for, you do what you want to do with your money with Star Wars. Please don't go see Terminator, folks. I read the spoiler review, which if we, get into the weeds tonight, we might cover it. I have never felt more strong about a film that I should say, don't go see it. It bastardizes and ruins the Terminator timeline.
Fuck.
Dion,
Yep.
It wipes out Terminator's 3 on.
I thought gynecology Terminator did all that already.
It goes back even further into the timeline and ruins T2.
Yeah.
Come on, they can't really double down on that shit. So apparently it's I'm betting based on that it's the other chick's son or daughter probably that's supposed to save the future.
Do we want to tell him?
Yeah, I don't think you should pay your money to see this movie, Dion. Press 1 in the chat if you think Dion should skip Terminator Dark Fate, folks.
Don't make me go, guys. Don't make me go because now and Jeff, you know how much I fucking love T2. God damn it, man. And I should have known, obviously, because the trailer looked terrible. But when thank you guys. Oh, you guys, thank you for not letting me.
Lots of ones.
Fucking Tim Riggs, you smart ass. Of course you'd hit 2. But fuck, man, like that. You know how much I love T2. In the minute that I almost said porno. The minute the promo for it came out, where they're like, "Oh man, she's so cool. She's the coolest hero of all of them." I was like, "Fucking, I knew it. They're gonna do something. They did something really fucking dumb, really fucking dumb."
Dion, I have a question.
Yes.
How perfect is the ending to Terminator 2?
Are we saying on a scale of 1 to Star Wars, or just in general?
Just in general, like the way it ends with him going down in the lava, sacrificing himself, and Hamilton and Furlong go off to the sunset together.
I'll say there's probably a list of less than 10 movies all time that have perfect endings. T2's one of them.
Awesome. Well, they ruined it, so there you go.
Fuck.
Yes, they do. Now, Dion, I want you to look at the screen. I want you to remember this moment. I want you know what? This is perfect right here. Open image and new tab. This image I want you to have burned into your brain when I tell you this bad news. You ready? You see the screen right in front of you?
Yep.
You see that beautiful image?
Yep.
They kill John Connor in the opening.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
Like they kill the kid?
Yes,
yeah.
They CGI John Connor as a child. They CGI him. He and Sarah Connor are at like a resort, and a Terminator appears and fucking shoots him.
Yep, like first 10 minutes.
I'm not watching it then. Yeah, fuck that.
Don't go see the movie, folks. Like I said, Star Wars. You make up your own decision. The thing is, Terminator needs to fail because it's a dangerous
and
franchise.
that's why he's an old man, because it killed him, I bet, and then it went and became an old person. That's why you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
No way, dude.
And
that's why she says that. No way. Why would Linda Hamilton agree? Oh, James Cameron, you have officially replaced Zack Snyder now. Zack Snyder is off the fuck. I cannot believe they did that.
Holy shit, it's a banner day. Zack Snyder's off the top of the totem pole.
I feel bad not waiting for. I feel bad not doing this for episode 200. But that's ridiculous. Why would you sabotage your own creation? Why did you have to NWO your own WWF right now, Vince McMahon? What the fuck?
Inject it with a poison. Chocolate titties. You know, Kendo, if I went trick-or-treating tonight, that'd be my favorite candy I'd get in my bag.
Yeah. Oh, aren't you cute and adorable costume? What would you like? Chocolate titties. We're out of candy. Close.
But look to get Dion's
I'm having a goddamn pre-middle fucking breakdown over here, and you guys are over here reminiscing about Vince McMahon's chocolate titties.
We are just trying to
DEFCON level 1 shit here.
Cheer you up. And thank you for saying DEFCON 1, getting it right. Good job.
Everyone gets the numbers mixed up. It pisses me off. But
they do.
It's fucking 1 is the worst here, guys. But the fucking point remains. This is. Don't get me wrong. I will never forgive Zack Snyder. But James Cameron, your ass, you're on the. You've made the list. You stupid idiot.
Ooh, thank you, Jericho.
Very nice.
But Terminator has now made the list of a woke franchise gonna go broke.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that it opened overseas last week to a very disappointing number. We can look the facts up in just a moment, folks. But I wanted to talk about this because Terminator was a franchise. 1 and 2 was perfect. It was a duology, or do whatever you call it. That's all you needed. You had the first part of the story where the Terminator tried to kill Sarah Connor when she was soon to be pregnant with the child. And then you had the Terminator come back as the hero and save the future. You know, Dion, you talk about perfect endings. I almost wish they would have gone with the ending where Sarah Connor narrates the movie. You know, Michael Jackson would have been 50 and all this other dumb shit. Yep. That way, they would have been painted into a corner. Yep. Because how many damn times have we had Judgment Day stop and then happen again? Like Terminator 3. Remember, Judgment Day is inevitable, and they waited out the apocalypse in that bunker?
Yep.
That was dumb. Salvation, by comparison, seems great.
Yeah.
And Genesis, by comparison, seems great.
I wouldn't say that crazy shit. That's a little weird. You're going on a limb there,
everybody. Sucked.
I wouldn't call it great by comparison, but I'd consider it slightly better by comparison.
And I just don't understand. Like don't get me wrong. I understand, even though it's completely stupid. This need to pander to every group that you could think of. I understand that it's happening. I understand that so many studios have to learn these things the hard way. And hey, that's kind of the natural progression of these dummies who make a lot of money, who don't know, who in all honesty have no idea what the fuck they're doing. But and listen, I've said it a million times on this show. Fucking cool female characters is it's cool as shit. When you have a badass chick in a badass movie, I get it. Listen, as a fan of action movies, it is cool. Not to mention that it's an attractive thing. You just see a badass chick doing badass shit. That's fucking cool.
Where's the attractive chick in this movie?
Fuck, sure as hell. It sure as hell ain't the chick with the little boy haircut. I can promise you fucking that.
Oh, the Lloyd Christmas?
Which is weird that they chose. Anyway, whatever. I digress. The point being, you can make cool, even if that is your goal, you can do it the right way. And the fact that washed up James fucking Cameron, who clearly isn't tall enough to ride that fucking ride anymore, is gonna sacrifice everything. And hey, listen, a gamble's a gamble too. I'm not saying stop taking chances, but meaningless pandering chances is not what we fucking mean when we say that. That's not what we mean. We're gonna kill John Connor now. We're gonna have this unlikable character, and then we're gonna have an even more powerful Terminator. It's like, why do that? All you had to do was continue the story the right fucking way. Clearly, we know what not to do with T3 and what worse not to do with fucking Salvation. But then they go in the opposite direction, and we're gonna destroy the whole fucking reason of the fucking franchise. God. But why? Because they're not even the female fans of the franchise aren't going to go see this fucking movie. Jesus.
Thank you. The thing is, if you look, I'll show it right now on screen. Yes, we are a podcast, but we want to be able to show these screens as well because there's the viewing audience. But look at right here. Terminator Dark Fate box office predictions fall, now lower than Salvation. This article's from today. We have the numbers from Box Office Mojo. So far, it has an international gross of $12 million.
Ooh.
Yes.
Jesus.
Awesome. Great. Grand. This movie, it's getting reviews. Like the Wall Street Journal's tearing this fucking thing apart. We're going to read part of it. But you know why this movie's getting shit reviews? Or it's going to fail. Look at this right here. We made fun of it. We're going to make fun of it again. Look at this. Is that Terminator to you? The fuck is that?
No.
That looks like one of those chicks that now is competing in men's sports or vice versa.
Oh. Well, but listen, and that's not the problem I have. But listen, if she looks manly, listen, whatever. But again, fucking context is important. If you want to, even if you woke up one night and you were in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, you said, God, I gotta have a knockoff Linda Hamilton in this next Terminator movie. I need to somehow make everyone get fucking hard and turned on and excited and getting signs out in front of their local Tim fucking Hortons. I gotta do it. You don't go in that direction. That does not look cool. That does not look intimidating. That does not look, like you said, like fucking Terminator. She's throwing a fucking javelin at a fucking what would have been wrong with having a cool story? Even if you want to have the protecting Terminator be another metahuman hybrid bullshit, fucking I can do more push-ups than you, wanna be tough girl. Fucking make her cool. That's not fucking cool. The I am human. And then a lot of CGI with a chain, and I'm only wearing wife beaters and button-ups. That's not fucking cool. God, it's not hard. It's not fucking hard. I don't care if Tim Hortons doesn't exist in New England. That's not the goddamn point. The point is,
I care because there's none here anymore.
It threw me off so much. But there were ways to go about this, and like, I don't fucking get it.
It gets worse, Dion.
Please.
That the Hispanic woman, the Danny Ramos character, is the new Sarah Connor. She's the new savior. That's who they need to protect. She is the new John Connor, Sarah Connor, rolled up into a ball. For some reason, this woman is going to stop Judgment Day.
Yep. Old south of the border Connor.
Yep.
God, man.
I have no excitement for this whatsoever. It's almost impossible to gauge how much I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, if I had a pulse rated on this movie, I'd be a corpse right now. I just don't care about any of this. And like I said, I don't care if you have a female lead in an action film. That's fine. I'm not going to shit on it. This just looks dumb. It's like T2 retold. Did we need to see T2 retold? No, we didn't. It was a perfect film. It's a technical masterpiece. It's a great story. It has emotional elements, great action, well acted, everything. The only thing I hate is John Carter. Sorry, I keep saying John Carter. Fuck. John Connor. I almost said John Carpenter. John Connor's squealy voice, where he's like, "Hey!" every 5 minutes. Other than that, the movie's fantastic. That's one of the most iconic moments of 1990s cinema. And they're just pissing it away. It's funny how a studio doesn't realize you can ruin the legacy of a film if you keep shoveling shit down our throats. Like, I will remember T2 being great, but I don't want to support it and buy stuff from it.
Yeah, and I think the other side of it, like I said, is like there's this weird need, like, and make no mistake about it, they do this for money. They're not fucking doing this to, make up for some upset moviegoers that were really pissed in 1991 that it was, one chick to 3 dudes. They don't give a shit about, setting some type of standard for cinema going forward. And I fucking promise you, they do not care about a specific group coming to see their movie to start a trend. They did it because they thought that people would show up and spend money to see this fucking movie. That's all they care about. This, and again, fucking James Cameron clearly has fucking lost it. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the X factor. He can't cut the mustard. Whatever fucking euphemism you can come up with, he's fucking done. He's fucking washed up. And for him, that's what pisses me off even more. For him to pander to people who aren't gonna even obviously won't see the fucking movie and ruin a perfect film and a damn good film that predated it is ridiculous. It doesn't make it. I can't even verbalize how fucking a waste of time this was. And then you're gonna put people in it that can't fucking hold up to it.
No,
fucking. And Arnold, stop saying yes to these fucking movies. Stop it. Fucking.
Hey, don't even rope in Arnold Schwarzenegger. The man almost had a heart attack. Okay.
Yeah. At this point, he fucking deserved it because that was ridiculous.
Oh no, Arnold Schwarzenegger is up there in the Richard Donner level of.
Listen, I love Arnold to death, but he is partial to fucking blame for this shit. He is at this point done fucking 3 Terminator movies that are fucking terrible. His terrible ones outnumber the good ones, man.
True, and
it happens because he says yes. Because he says yes. He said yes to gynecologist Terminator, and they did it that way because he said, "Yeah, I've been waiting for you." They keep trying to feed him lines that become as iconic as "I'll be back," and then they recycle "I'll be back" with everyone else in the rest of the movies. It's like, stop doing that, Arnold. If you said no, this wouldn't happen. If he says no to Dark Fate, this movie doesn't happen. It goes in a different direction. Maybe it's even better. Maybe it's worse. I don't know. But he keeps saying yes, and this keeps fucking happening.
I blame Tim Miller. I blame James Cameron.
Yeah, that's number one blame.
Yeah, I blame those people. What was her name? Not Galen Hurd. Who's the lady that held the license for $1 for all these years? Maybe it was Galen Hurd. Okay, Google. Who was the female producer on the first Terminator film?
Galen Hurd.
Okay, it was her. So yeah, that lady held the rights for $1 from James Cameron for 30 plus years. He got it back. This is what we get. This is one of those cases where he just signs off on something, attaches his name, gets a check, and he'll say some line of dialogue like, "Oh, I really support this film." You see what you did, James? This is why, realistically, James Cameron's made a handful of great movies and a handful of crappy movies. For the great ones, you have your Aliens, Terminator 1 and 2, True Lies,
Abyss, yeah.
And then you got like Titanic, which is just okay. Like, I guess technically it's cool, fine. I think Avatar's dog shit. I remember seeing that. That movie's the most overrated piece of crap I've ever seen in my life.
Agreed.
Yep, easily.
So there's just so many people to blame, and I wouldn't put Arnold Schwarzenegger on the top of that totem pole.
He is 2. He is number 2. If he says no to this movie, it doesn't fucking happen. And I get it. He wants.
Are you gonna stand by that one? Because if he says no, it's just Terminator Salvation 2.
Yeah.
That's not as bad as this.
Could be.
You're right.
Well, there's a worse way to have. Hey, remember the first one, that all that shit that happened, and then the second one establishes that the main mom, Sarah Connor, technically drives her crazy, so she's always looking over her shoulder, and all this shit happens. Well, we're gonna undo all that, because plot armor, and then he dies, and then hey, remember the question that a lot of people we would get, where what would happen if the Terminator completed his mission? Well, he's gonna go build a fucking log cabin in the woods, and then he's gonna be like, oh, I see you're upset. There's a worse version of that. I don't think so.
Look, I agree with you. I'm not arguing you. I'm just saying this franchise, like many other franchises, like Terminator is now the franchise that needs to go away.
Yeah.
Like with Star Wars, there could be something that you could find to make it great in 30 years, maybe expanded universe stuff, Knights of the Old Republic. There are things. There's nothing with Terminator. There's nothing to do because, like we argue with The Force Awakens in many ways, the story ended. Once the story's over, it just becomes egregious. You're just milking it. You're stretching it along, and you're dragging the fans along through the mud. I mean, no one here in the chat is satisfied with Terminator Dark Fate. Nobody. Everyone's talking shit. And rightly so. It looks beyond stupid. Read reviews, watch spoilers, seen scenes of it myself. So I'm just saying, I've gone the distance to make sure that, Dion, you don't have to. And to the 1,068 people watching, can we get some thumbs up, please? You guys just don't watch this one. This is the one I'm going to be like, don't go see it. Do not support Terminator Dark Fate. It's not worth your time or money.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm not watching that shit. I'm done. I Linda Hamilton betrayed me. James Cameron betrayed me.
I'm fed up with this world.
I'm fed up with this world. You're tearing me apart, guys. You're tearing me the fuck apart.
Yeah, Terminator does need to be terminated. Even Predator seems to have more fucking life than Predator and Aliens have more life than Terminator.
This is crazy, man. I can't believe this. I really can't.
This is the reality we live in, dude.
Yep.
This is really the reality we live in. This is the time where it's like, if you're a child of the 80s or 90s, where Terminator was the gold standard for action films, where you had Predator, where you had all these other franchises come in that were like I know this sounds really like almost like I'm putting Terminator too high on a pedestal, but it's almost like Terminator was a rite of passage. Like it was the action movie, the R-rated film you could watch as a kid and kind of feel cool. Because I feel like it doesn't have any nudity in it. It doesn't have too much violence. I mean, it's but whatever. But like a kid could understand it, comprehend it, and get it. It's cool. Robots fighting from the future. You watched it. You kind of moved on to next stuff. It was like a stepping stone to action films in general. And what is it now as a franchise? It's meant to
dumpster fire.
It is a dumpster fire, Kendo. It's not even Arnold's best franchise anymore. I would say Commando or Predator. I say Commando because there's one movie. Couldn't fuck it up past that.
Yeah. Cheney.
Yeah. Go now. Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
That is not my best Terminator, by the way. Or Arnold Schwarzenegger voice.
My friend is dead tired.
Yeah, that's my favorite line of that whole film. To be fair, though, they ripped it off from Thunderball.
Yes.
When James Bond was dancing with that woman and Fiona Volpe. And he's like, excuse my friend, she's just dead. And he puts her down on the chair and waltzes off. It's pretty fucking cool.
It's a good line to steal.
It is a good line to steal. Arnold was the man of was he the best action hero of the 80s, or would you argue somebody else, Dion?
No, Arnold's the best of the 80s for sure. Sly comes in second. Pretty close. He has some crazy movies, but I mean, as far as look, appeal, and obviously body of work, you got to go with Arnold.
What about, where do you put Van Damme, or do you rank him in the 90s?
I'd say 80s. I'd say he's definitely part of the 80s. He's another one of the few that went into the 90s pretty well. He's definitely top 10, I think, but I wouldn't be upset if someone were to make an argument that he's more 90s than 80s.
Because I just think of Bloodsport from Van Damme in the 80s. I know he was in other stuff. Was it Kickboxer in 90?
Kickboxer, that's 80. The first one's in the 80s.
Okay. Yeah. I don't like Kickboxer as much as I like Bloodsport. Not even
Bloodsport's
close.
such a great movie.
Bloodsport's awesome. Kickboxer's fun, but those movies are just so long-winded. It's just like, hey, Rocky in Thailand. It's like, fuck, man, calm down.
Okay, now people are saying Bruce Willis is number 3 for the 80s. Would you agree with that?
3 for the action hero in the 80s.
Besides Die Hard, what did he do in the 80s that was action?
That's
trying
the
to think.
point, because Die Hard is my 3rd favorite movie and favorite action film of all time. I'd throw Harrison Ford higher than I'd throw Bruce Willis from the 80s. The entire Indiana Jones trilogy is in the 1980s, as well as 2 Star Wars films and Blade Runner.
Yeah.
And Blade Runner, yeah.
So I would throw those guys, but Arnold's got to be number 1. He's just balls to the wall insanity.
Mm-hmm.
Does Carl Weathers make a top 10 for you, Dion?
For sure. I mean, that hand clap alone makes him in the top 10.
Dylan, you son of a bitch. Oh, dude, we got to put Kurt Russell in there.
Yep, of course. Of course Kurt Russell's in there, dude. For sure. He's definitely in there. I think, I mean...
Maybe we'll rank it in the on After Hours. We'll sit down and make a top 10 80s action star list.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to.
We'll have to. So, folks, to the hundreds and hundreds of you that are patrons, check it out. It'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, this Terminator franchise, it's got to go. I don't see what the point is. It's like, I think it was Kendo or maybe Dion that kept saying you're trying to get this new audience to come watch your film.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
it's just not working.
No.
It's not working.
And it's a risk for, I mean, obviously it's money. You want money. I get all that. But you sacrificed the previous movies on an altar, because you want what? Because you want fucking Vox and and NPR and fucking Esquire to write crazy fucking articles about you. I mean, I get it, man. I on a very incredibly ridiculously stupid level, I get how that is enticing, how you want everyone to talk about your movie and how great it is, and how everybody wants to be the movie of the future. But if you fucking miss, if you swing and you miss, you're the cautionary fucking tale. And here we are again. Everyone, oh my God, wants to say, listen, female action stars is cool, but you don't do it for the sake of doing it. You have to still be respectable for your craft. And if your craft is telling stories, you have to focus on the story bit. Sure, pick a fucking great heroine. That's awesome. But if you go into making a movie, writing a script, picking a cast because you want to be the fucking belle of the ball at the Academy Awards, voted by a bunch of people who fucking aren't even going to watch your goddamn film, let alone remember that you made it, then you're going to fucking swing and miss every goddamn time. And here's another fucking example, man. Respect your craft, respect the directors that came before you, respect the heroines of the past that came before you. They didn't fucking, do it just so they can be, cool and win person of the fucking year. They did it because, hey, I'm an actress, I'm an actor. This is what I do for a living. I respect what I do. I fucking respect the other people in my business. And clearly that's fucking gone, man. And it's depressing as shit. It's depressing. No one's going to remember this movie. No one's going to remember Star Wars. No one remembers Avatar.
That is a true statement. In my next Star Wars toy video that comes out on Monday, I actually found like a literal case of Avatar Halloween costumes from a decade ago that no one bought. They're trying to move them 10 years later.
Yeah,
the thing never left a footprint on popular culture. It made all the money because of the 3D technology. It was an event movie. People went because everyone else was doing it. It brought in the 3D. It ushered in that era. It ruined cinema for a while. And it's been 10 years. And they're like, well, the next one comes out in 2021. It's like, no one gives a shit. No one cares. It's dead in the water. You did not have kids weren't watching Avatar for a generation.
Right. Right. And it's especially us, because this show, we try to be obviously honest, because again, not only are we fans, but like I said, we fucking respect the fucking craft, of telling stories, whether it's in movies or TV or music or whatever. It's fucking hard for a reason, and I respect it. I understand that, but everyone wants to be the fucking the next fucking Star Wars. Everyone wants to be the next fucking great action film, which is a great goal to have. But they, at the time, if you're going to emulate what they did, they weren't trying to do that. They were just trying to make a cool fucking movie. And the people fell in love with it naturally. And when you have cult classic heroes and cult classic heroines and iconic movie moments and iconic movie catchphrases and movies that when they happen, those type of moments are named after that movie, and then other movies copy. Like, that shit happened naturally. No one was trying to appease a group of people that may or may not fucking go see their fucking movie, and especially with Avatar, the perfect example. Like you said, it made all the money, but also it became a meh. It's a stepping stone that it was so ridiculously overhyped that people were actively trying to get Endgame to beat the fucking record. No one gave a shit about that movie. The first thing people said was, "Oh, that's just Pocahontas or Dances with Wolves."
Yep.
And then when they announced the fucking sequels, everyone laughed in James Cameron's face. One of the most successful directors of all time. Imagine that for a minute. He's like, I want to do sequels to one of my most financially successful movies. Everyone fucking laughed at him, and I don't think he gives a shit. But in terms, if you're trying to, say you care about something, if I was successful with something, and then I was like, I'm gonna continue that. I'm gonna try it again, and everyone in my profession fucking laughed at me. I'd be like, what is the point of me even doing this? If no one's gonna respect what I'm doing, why do it? Oh, well, it's gonna make a lot of money. But everything else in that same breath failed. It's like, why keep trying that? Fuck, man.
Because he needs the money to explore the oceans.
Raise the bar.
That's right.
Jesus, man.
So I want to read you something, and it's kind of the most damning 2 paragraphs possible. You ready?
Yep.
Hollywood devours its own in Terminator Dark Fate, and another franchise bites the dust. Not just any franchise either. The first 2 Terminator films were in a class by themselves. Thrillingly original, dazzlingly conceived, and improbably stirring for their humanity. This one is in a different class, cobbled together by dunces and a last-ditch effort to writing revenue from a moribund concept. The plot makes no sense. Time travel is multiverse dada. Worse still, it renders meaningless the struggles that gave the first 2 films in the franchise an epic dimension. There's yet another unborn hero who will survive humanity from the robots in another future that is yet to unfold, and a new set of characters, notably mainly for their political correctness, plus a new Terminator, once again made of liquid metal, whose liquidity is matched only by his vapidity.
Jesus, man.
And that comes from the Wall Street Journal. So, I mean, this isn't like some, we got this covered or something like that. This is a very reputable publication. This movie's dead in the water. And like I said, never, ever go fucking watch it in a million years.
Dude, man, this is so depressing, man. It's just so depressing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't. Which I guess on the flip side, it makes you more excited for movies like John Wick and stuff, which is awesome, But it's and I fought it for so long. I fought it where it's like, okay, it's not going to turn out like this. Eventually this pendulum's going to go another direction, and I think it still will. But at this point, it's like, it's a fucking, before where it's a flip of the coin, where it was an experience to go to a movie to see if it's good or bad, and you have a good time either way. Now it's like, it's just it's a visual and it's a vocal minefield, man, and now here we go with another awesome franchise that if you want to take in that direction, you could have, but the fucking, to strangle it in the crib like this is just so depressing, and make no fucking mistake about it. It was because James Cameron in the studio wanted to make fucking money, and I don't even know, man. I don't even fucking know anymore. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's that kind of a movie. So 2018, sorry, it's funny too. Last year, or maybe it was even 2 years ago, Nick would read us this article every 3 to 4 months. It was like, I think it was 2019, the year the box office collapsed. Now, obviously, the box office didn't collapse, but we've had a lower than projected year in terms of big films. I mean, there were articles about Toy Story 4 making less money than they thought. They keep lowering the projections for Star Wars. They're lowering the projections for Terminator. Like it says at the Wall Street Journal article, this is a cash grab, not a good cash grab. And people think, what's a good cash grab? Well, sometimes, you can make a movie for the fans that does have a financial meaning behind it, and it turns out good. This is not one of those. This is lazy. This is just bad. And now we're going to hear what you guys think. Hey, Dion.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask Kendo first. So, Breadman Productions asks, what is your favorite John Carpenter scores? Mine is Halloween, as it's Halloween today, and I watched Halloween 1 and 2 this morning.
Oh, score. It's probably a tie between Thing and Big Trouble in Little China.
I don't think John Carpenter scored the thing. I thought Ennio Morricone scored that one.
I thought that was John Carpenter.
I mean, he directed it, but I
Right,
thought
right,
Morricone was the composer. Let me check. I don't want to.
If he didn't, then I'm gonna say Escape from New York. Then
I mean, Halloween's hard to beat. I'm trying to think of one that I like better.
Yeah,
that song is just so iconic.
Yeah, let's see. It says Ennio Morricone, I think. Yeah, that's what it is. Right here on Wikipedia. So Halloween, and you said Escape from New York?
Yep.
Excellent choices. John Carpenter, I would throw this out there. He's our second favorite director on the channel.
I think that's very fair.
Because we always go by straight up percentage. Who does, best stuff. So the Fixer, thank you very much. Fixer says, why is this Terminator movie a thing? More importantly, why is the new female James Bond a thing?
Because they think they're going to be able to rope a segment of the population that wasn't a fan of their movie franchises into being a fan of their movie franchises, and it's not going to work.
That's really the best answer to give you right there. Dion, would you care to elaborate?
Yeah, not only that, but again, I mean, I think that this is an all money in situation where they just keep hearing it said by people who don't know what they're fucking talking about, and then it echoes in the endless echo chamber, and they mistake that for feedback. And despite the fact that the numbers say that shit does not fucking work, again, they're, it's that old story of people with the dollar signs in their eyes, and it fucking leads them right over the goddamn cliff. And it's even more depressing today because of Dark Fate, but holy shit, man. Yeah. 100% about the money.
Well, we have an interesting point made. Does anyone else think Dark Fate is exactly like Disney Star Wars? Instead of Rey replacing Luke, you had this young girl replacing John Connor. I think so.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and to pile on some more misery for Dion. So, the reason why Sarah Connor is important is because she's going to give birth to John Connor, who's going to save the world. Well, the girl that they're protecting in this movie, she's not going to give birth to anybody that's going to save the world. She's going to save the world.
Oh, fuck.
How to break Dion's heart in 5 words or less.
Yeah.
God. I fucking knew it, man. My brain said this was gonna happen, but I had hope, man. It's just, and before, you know what? Fuck this. And before the people out there are gonna go, oh well, you're just, you're afraid of change, or the even dumber people who are gonna be like, oh well, this is how you tell a story. This is just a different type of story you don't like. First off, opinions vary. They're like assholes. Everybody has one. I respect that. But the fact of the matter is, there are such things as wrong opinions. There are such things as bad movies. And there are damn sure such things as bad stories. And I hate to be the one to fucking break it to you, but you sure as shit are never going to walk into a theater, watch the room, and have someone say, oh, well, that's a great fucking movie. You can enjoy it all you want. I'm not saying you can't enjoy a movie. I'm not even saying you can't enjoy Dark Fate. But there are bad fucking choices. And just because you, on the surface, are doing something comfortable, that doesn't mean that it's good. Sometimes when something feels good, it still isn't right. And this is a fucking example of that. Star Wars is a fucking example of that. Stop trying to shove stuff in movies. Shit has to fit naturally. And if it doesn't fit naturally, you don't do it. It ain't rocket science. It's not hard. Jesus, man. She's going to save the world. She's running around, and we're going to prove she's going to save the world by having her be helpless until the very end of the fucking movie. That's not how that's bad storytelling. That don't fucking defend the Terminator and Linda Hamilton are going to teach her, and then that's how she's going to learn, tactical advantage and the importance of planning out a war against an enemy that doesn't get tired and can eventually later on will try to infiltrate her and murder her and her family. That doesn't explain that. Not to mention that the fucking cool part of it being a kid was that the kid is going to grow up and learn an entire life's worth of shit to save the world. And that we weren't going to necessarily see it fucking happen. If you have a grown fucking girl or a teenager or a tween with fucking curly hair and an unbuttoned fucking button up running around screaming the whole time, I fucking promise you're not going to fucking get into a gunfight with that fucking person. That suspension of disbelief is important, motherfuckers. That's not going to work. It's never going to work. The same way that some random brunetted bitch with white fucking sheets on as a t-shirt with a random staff, it's not believable that she can fly across the galaxy and save the fucking world when she woke up 24 hours ago not knowing a goddamn thing. That's bad storytelling. That exists. That's a thing. And if a fucking dummy from the state of Michigan who only watches a shit ton of movies can tell you that, I fucking promise you there are professionals who do this for a living who are going to tell you the same fucking thing.
Are they, though? Or are they going to let it slide because of agenda?
Listen, I think the vast majority of them are saying it doesn't work. But I think it's, you know, it's the agenda bit just overpowers them. It overpowers them. I mean, you're, of course, now, because now you have people with Star Wars and obviously shit like the Wall Street Journal, you know, saying, hey, guys, this is bad. And then you have people who are even defending these movies go, yeah, I mean, there are problems with the movie. Or they'll say, yeah, I mean, the script is kind of a mess. But if you fucking have a point and your immediate word after that sentence after that point is the word but, you fucking undone everything you just said. Jesus.
Silver lining to take from all this, at least the general public is starting to kind of grasp onto these things and say, hey, these movies suck. I don't want to pay for it.
That's true.
Got that going.
It's funny how people are gravitating to shit like Joker and not so much stuff like this new Terminator movie. I think we're getting to a point where you can do stuff in a franchise, but not continue a horse that's beaten to death in terms of storytelling. So we have 1,360 people watching, folks. If you like what we're doing, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know what you like and share us all over social media. It helps us big time. So our friend The Fixer also says, I said on Good Morning Pop Culture that Skyfall is my favorite out of all the films. Spectre was okay, and I liked what they made, that they made an overarching story with Daniel Craig's era. And they're throwing it away for SJWs? Why? And that's in terms of the female 007.
To try to get people that don't want to watch these movies and aren't a fan of the franchise to suddenly become huge fans of the franchise.
Listen, I still don't believe that's going to happen, especially now after this thing with Dark Fate. I'm not saying it's not going to get close to production, you know, but I think
the movie's over. Like I already shot it. It's done.
It's completely shot.
It's completely shot. There was a wrap party earlier in the week.
What's the name of it?
No Time to Die.
Jesus Christ.
They announced that title like 3 months ago, dude. I was in California when they announced it.
We covered it on the show.
Yeah, you were here. Get the net.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that I thought the fucking shit was real. The whole goddamn other point of the show was shitty fucking names. No Time to Die. That's legit. That's a legitimate thing.
That's the title of the new James Bond movie.
No fucking way. I thought that was a goddamn joke.
No, there's a poster. Hold on, I'll pull up a poster for you, Dion.
I'm already pulling the shit up. No Time to Die.
Yeah, it's wrapped.
Motherfuckers, I thought that it was like starting with a female James Bond. It's still Daniel Craig. So was it going to end with a female James Bond? Is that what we're talking
about?
My
honest guess is that since he rode off with what's her face, Lea Seydoux in Spectre, I think that he went off from MI6 and they needed a new 007. So they gave his code name to the Lashana Lynch character. Either she dies, I say she dies, and they're using this to try to get that audience that Kendo keeps talking about that doesn't want to watch this movie. And then she's going to die in 007, James Bond, the real James Bond, is going to come back in and take his mantle back, and James Bond will return. So I'm guessing mid-movie he becomes 007 once again. Kind of like in Die Another Day, where James Bond gets captured by the, was it North Koreans, right? They're the crazy ones?
Yeah.
Okay, he gets captured by the North Koreans and is held hostage for like 18, not held hostage, yeah, he's held for 18 months and tortured and beaten. And then he comes back and he eventually gets all of his credentials and papers back and his license to kill. So that's my guess.
Okay.
That's what I hope.
Okay, yeah. That, I mean, I think that makes a lot more sense than because the way it sounded like was like, oh well, this is gonna be the female James Bond. And I was like, hold the fuck up. And even the poster is still James Bond, so they're still obviously selling it as if it's Daniel Craig. No Time to Fucking Die. God, that poster does not look very good. But okay. So, all right, okay. So that does make a little bit of sense. I'm so far, yeah. All these fucking leaks are on shitty fucking websites. Okay.
The thing is, we're talking about these movies for the wrong reason.
Right.
Hollywood looks at it as like, oh, they're talking about our movie. There's good buzz on the internet. No, motherfuckers, there isn't good buzz. Everyone's lamenting the fact that you can't make a proper franchise exist anymore. You have to infuse it with crap that nobody fucking wants. Why do you think there was such a nervous concern for Captain Marvel? Because the MCU had been solid for over 10 years straight. You know, we got burned with Star Wars. You caught us off guard because you started out with that shit. You had that 10-year gap between the Rise or the Revenge of the Sith and the Force Awakens, and everyone's like, Star Wars is back. So everyone threw their money at it in advanced ticket sales and bought the merchandise, wore the shirts, ate the hot dogs, called it athletics. They went out and they saw the fucking movie, and then they were duped. And that's why the next one made less, and that's why this next one is tracking to make less. You got us because we didn't know. When you sit and announce it, all you're doing is screaming into the void that is the Twitter sphere. That's why websites like Kotaku die. That's why all these fucking websites like the Mary Sue are a joke. It's not us, the fans, that are the problem. It's these people that try to socially engineer the hype around a movie to make it seem progressive into this new future that we want to live in. When society's not as bad as people say it is, these movies are fucking trash and people get called out because they don't like what you do with their favorite thing. Come on. That's not fair. That is not fair to anybody.
Well, the worst case scenario, you get what just happened with me. Listen, I thought you guys were fucking, and then when you're like, oh, that's a real thing. I almost said I'm not gonna go see the fucking movie. I literally almost sat here, especially the last few years where it comes out around my birthday. You're like, oh, it's gonna be female James Bond. I was like, oh, wait, hold up, what? I was a fucking cunt hairs away from being like, I'm not going to go see this movie then. And I just got done talking about how awesome female lead characters are, like that, and that's a fucking dangerous game to play, especially now. And again, going into the James Bond thing too, this double-edged sword play, oh, we're going to leak, quote unquote, leak shit out to get a certain group together. But then when we release posters and shit, it has nothing to do with that. It's still fucking Daniel Craig on the goddamn poster. And even with Dark Fate, say whatever you want, it was still Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda fucking Hamilton on the goddamn poster. No one knew what the fuck the iCarly was doing in the goddamn movie. No one knew what was going on there, and then they still fucking baited you in with putting Arnold and Linda Hamilton on the goddamn poster. Well, and it's like if you right, but even then, but if you believed what you were saying, like, oh, we're gonna do a hard reboot of the franchise, you would promote it like that. If you're so sure people are gonna come see it, fucking put it out there. Let them make the decision based on that fucking premise alone. There's a reason they don't fucking do that. There's a reason they're not gonna put, the prospective female Bond on there, because it's gonna be, like you said, she might be in the movie for a little bit, but they're gonna lean on, hey, we have a James Bond. It happens to be a person with a dick between their legs. Sorry, guys, they're not gonna. Well, I mean, I was gonna say the same thing, but T2 fucking proves, or T6 or whatever the fuck this is, proves me wrong on that. So if that happens, they're gonna fuck this movie up too. Jesus.
See? Welcome to 2019, where your favorite franchises are irrelevant. This is the future they chose for us, folks. You guys can vote with your wallets. J Pat has a great comment. Super chat. He says James Cameron has fallen to Rian Johnson's level.
He's down there.
He's there. He's
worse, man. He didn't even direct it. He produced it. He did it for the paycheck, which makes him way fucking worse. Fuck, man. Like, that's just you torpedoed your baby for a producer credit and a paycheck. That's fucking worse in my book, man. That's way less respectable. That's scummy. That is fucking scummy, man. I get it. It's a movie, but he's worse than John Stain. At least John Stain runs his shitty little bald-headed mouth. You can just say, whatever, dude, shut the fuck up. James Cameron fucking murdered something. He murdered something beautiful. Fuck him.
Yeah, I mean, in defense of Johnson, something you'll never hear on this channel, he at least in his head thought he was doing a good job.
Right.
He wasn't, but he thought he was making a great movie, and he thought he was doing a good job. He wasn't. He did a terrible job, and his movie sucked. But Cameron, like you said, he just produced. He's just like, yeah, I'll do. Yeah, just write me a big paycheck and do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, that all sounds great. Yeah, yeah. Is that check clearing yet? Because that all sounds awesome.
Thank you for letting the fans suffer, James. That's all I can say. Salvador says, I'm glad to see Stewart is still getting work. Do you remember Stewart from Mad TV?
Yep.
Look what I can do. Look what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny. Remember the baseball one is the one I remember. I would watch those if I remember later. I fucking loved it. Mad TV was as good as SNL for a while.
It was for a little bit there. It was a little bit better too, man.
Oh yeah.
Towards the beginning.
Harry Spears and Michael McDonald and what's her name? Nancy
Kerrigan.
He'll come to me.
No, that was a figure skater.
She's a real batter up, wasn't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
She really broke a leg out there when she was competing.
Yeah,
She
she knows how to sell.
Wait, was Tanya Harding the one that attacked her?
No,
Well,
she was her boyfriend, and it was her boyfriend / bodyguard and his brother or some shit.
yeah.
I just
she
remember
knew
that as a
she knew
kid and
about
I
it.
didn't understand it.
It was great. Well, it was one of those things where it's like, and then especially too, the Olympics were trying to like keep it under wraps because they wanted them to bring medals home. But that's what happens when you fucking bring crazy into the fucking bed.
Yeah, go watch
fuck shit
Tanya.
up.
Okay.
That's a fucking great documentary. By
Yeah,
the way.
it's a fantastic movie. It's a lot of fun, and Margot Robbie's in it.
I like Margot Robbie.
Yeah, she plays Tanya Harding. And no, I mean, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it in theaters. It was the cheap theater show. It wasn't, opening night, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun movie.
That's the best way to go sometimes.
Yeah.
I paid $5 to see The Addams Family. I don't regret it.
Yeah, there you go.
Scribby Steaks says, sup, bullshitters. Well, my sister managed to rope my family into seeing episode 9. Darn sentimentality and my family fun. At least Jumanji 3 looks good, and there's a horse in it. Sorry, Dion.
Ew.
Scribby Steak, I get it. Families want to go do certain things together. My favorite aunt said to me, go see Terminator with us. So we went and saw Terminator Genesis back in 2015. She took me to a U2 concert in Chicago. It was a great couple of days, and then she wanted us to go out to a movie. And you can't say no to certain situations like that. So just enjoy your family time. That's all I can say.
Yeah, man. Your family fuck up.
Adam Wofford says, here's a better idea. What if Skynet and Legion is at war through the two lines? Each one has two different ideas about how to rule Earth. So, what do you think of that?
I mean, I'd give it a fucking shot, especially compared to the other rest of the bullshit going on. I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm just so emotionally exhausted. Fuck it.
Kendo?
I mean, it could have worked if they would have tried to do something like that sooner, besides, giving us this.
Sir Billy Ritchie says, Kendo, I pissed off my boss at work today. I went Father Jack sarcasm with my apology. It only made her more pissed.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Way to go, sir. Way to go.
Mexi Man and Cheese says, The Lion King 2 and half of Terminator. It's The Lion King 2 and half of Terminator, which this film is.
I mean, you're not far off the mark, man. Fucking Lion King 2, man. God damn.
Never saw it.
Well, Dion has a kid, so he has to kind of see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I saw Lion King once as a kid and was just like, nah, cartoon movie. Disney cartoon movie.
I just can't wait to be king.
Yeah, right? That's a great fucking song. This one, not so much.
Tim Riggs says, to keep Terminator the franchise alive, they had to just do a movie with the actual war. Maybe now T2 Arnie is captured and reprogrammed and sent back. That is a better concept than what we have right here.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's way better than this one, man. I mean, it's just, now it's, fuck, man. Killed his own baby. Killed all our babies.
So, what is the opposite of death, Dion?
Non-existence in the black void.
Okay, Kendo, a normal answer, please.
Life.
Thank you. Or birth. And would you like to know whose birthday it is today?
Michael Myers.
No, not actually a person. A thing.
Oh.
Something that we all love on this channel is celebrating a
I was gonna
birthday
say the
or an
Reformation,
anniversary.
but that's not it.
Well, this is fun. So, if you look at your screen, today is the anniversary of X-Men the Animated Series.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Happy Halloween to everybody in the chat. I've been seeing a lot of happy Halloweens. Yes, it is Anna's birthday. Let's give a shout out to that Star Wars girl. Whoop, whoop. Yes. Oh God, you just quoted Superhuman. But yes, here we go. X-Men the Animated Series is 7 years old today.
Damn, man.
Yeah. So I have nothing but great memories of this cartoon.
Yes.
Yes.
I have my little Jim Lee Cyclops right here on my desk. Funny thing is, this toy's battery still works after all these years. So I think I might take this to California with me. I might
probably should.
Yeah, it's Jim Lee Cyclops. But I just wanted to bring up something happy and fun. In the chat, yes, Uncultured Barbarians was a damn fine cartoon.
Yeah, it was.
Might have been the best of Marvel. In the chat, folks, tell us what you think the best Marvel cartoon was. We'll wait. No, we won't actually. We'll talk about Terminator some more because a lot of people want to chime in on Terminator. This is a hot topic. I'm surprised how many people are here to talk about Terminator. Klaus Dork says, "Happy cheap Halloween candy day Eve." Thank you, Klaus Dork.
Yep.
I'm gonna go get my 90% off Reese's Pieces and hand them out to nobody.
Yeah, the local Walmart was already condensing the aisle and getting ready to start putting out the Christmas stuff this afternoon.
Here's a question for you: what gets clearanced quicker, Halloween candy or Star Wars toys?
Well, apparently Star Wars toys because they're already on clearance. Yes,
they are. We have video. We have some proof to talk about this coming week. So make sure you guys do not miss that.
Yeah, they usually hold off on clearancing Halloween candy until pretty much trick-or-treating's over at like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Mikey Gussler says, this franchise needs to be terminated permanently. You're not going to hear an argument here from us, Mikey.
Nope.
Salvador, thank you very much. He says, what a shameless cash grab. Just make this movie. Terminator versus RoboCop versus Predator versus Alien. Have it all take place in the mind of a kid who's drawing his own comic so they can have fun with it without messing up canon.
I mean, that could be good.
I would watch that in a heartbeat. Even if it wasn't in the mind of a kid, I would watch the shit out of that.
That sounds like it could be very fun.
Just make a Broforce fucking movie. Just do it.
I agree. I want to see a Broforce movie with Mel Gibson. I fucking love Mel Gibson movies. Well, the old ones, I should say. I haven't seen the newer ones like, what is it, Apocalyptico?
Apocalypto is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I don't want to read subtitles for 5 hours.
Yeah. Oh, Dion dropped from a call.
I was gonna say what would be great that I would love to see is like the reverse of the Expendables. So the Expendables is all the action heroes crammed into a movie doing action hero stuff. I would like to see all the action film villains crammed into a movie doing villainy stuff.
Ooh, I like that. Like Charles Dance from The Last Action Hero.
Yeah. The only thing is like nothing would get done because they'd be constantly fighting, but it would be fun.
Dion, what do you think of that?
Say that again. I lost connection for a second.
Kendo?
Instead of what I'd like to see is like the reverse of the Expendables. So you got all the action stars together doing an action, movie all overblown. I want to see a villains movie of like all the action movie villains together teaming up to do super villainous stuff.
Dude. Okay. No, I you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention. I could dig that. I could dig that.
I think that could be a lot of fun.
So we're talking action movie villains. So we're talking like maybe Bennett and Mr. Joshua and the Predator and Craig T. Nelson from Action Jackson, and maybe not Craig T. Nelson so much, but
maybe not.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. I could dig it. I could dig some villainous bullshit.
Another great team up movie would be like Alien and Predator versus like RoboCop and Terminator.
Was it RoboCop? Terminator was an interesting game.
Yeah,
RoboCop, the Terminator, Captain Kirk, and Darth Vader, Lopan, Superman, every single Power Ranger. Remember that song, The Ultimate Showdown? By the way, Grey Ghost, I did get that Marvel Legends 3-pack. I got an email from Hasbro Pulse today that says it's on its way on the 4th. So there we go. People are saying how much they enjoyed Action Jackson, Dion.
That is a terribly fun movie. Goddamn. How you like your ribs?
I've never seen it.
It's silly. We gotta watch it when you come up. We gotta get drunk and watch it. It's just so ridiculously bad.
What do you think New Year's is gonna be?
Oh, baby.
We have a super chat from Adam Wofford who says, "The Eyes of Satan, you're right. It is awesome." And that is in regards to the Sarah Connor Chronicles. Have you guys seen that show?
Negative.
That show was, I saw a couple episodes. The show was very overhyped. It wasn't that good, but it was fun. Like, it was a cool little thing. Because wasn't Sarah, it was Lena Headey that was Sarah Connor, right? I want to say.
Sounds
Maybe?
about right.
And then it was, I'm trying to remember who played the Terminator that was protecting John Connor. Fuck. Anyway, whatever. She was in some other weird. I think it was the chick from Serenity or Firefly, but it was a fun show. It definitely, like, people act like it was one of the best action shows. It really wasn't, but because there's a lot of weird shit that they pushed some stuff pretty hard in that show. The episodes that I saw, but it was good. It was good. I did like it. I'll say that.
Tito Torres says Zombieland was a better Terminator movie. Zombieland, the first one's great.
Yep, it's fantastic.
I'm gonna go see 2 next week in Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the Good Land.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I was not aware of that. Joseph Bianowitz says, "Is Terminator out of a Fox production house? If so, maybe kill the franchise. Let's see who did release it, because that means it's Disney, and we can blame Disney for more garbage." It looks like it's Paramount Pictures.
Disney's off the hook for that one.
No, Buena Vista Entertainment internationally. It's distributed by them. Oh God! So Disney's name is somehow involved with this piece of shit.
Jesus, man.
Let's see. I'm trying to read the Wikipedia page. Here's the thing. It has a budget of $185 million, and so far it's grossed 12.6. So let's
listen, Vox and Esquire, and I'd seen a NPR article on it too. They can write all they want about the force is female, the future is female. Listen, motherfuckers, $12 million is still $12 million, and you cannot undo that with your honeyed words. I'll tell you that, motherfuckers. This honey dickin' went bad.
Yes, it is 20th Century Fox is involved with the production of this film.
That's a damn shame. $12 million, and it's been out a week.
Yeah, internationally,
roughly.
Dude. That's God.
But yeah,
$180 million. Like what amount of money lost are people going to finally realize? Like, hey man, we're going to do this because we need to make sure we represent. Someone say, no. I'm paying you to write me a good script. Fucking do that. If you can't do that, I'm gonna go find someone else that can do that. We'll do the casting later. Write me a good script, and then start from there. Losing $180 million, losing $70 million, losing hundreds of millions of dollars, losing out on potential billions should have been enough, guys. Holy shit! 12 million against 180. Someone, of course, not the right person. Someone's losing their fucking job over this, which is insane.
Well, is that your Porsche parked outside, sir?
No, I don't know whose Porsche that is.
All right, good. You have nothing to worry about.
It's not pretty. I've seen it happen. It's not pretty.
I can have 12 agents down here with a microscope up your fucking ass. Never mind. We're not going to get to that. Dr. Coffinail says, Dion mistook a real Bond title for one of my fake fan titles? My work here is done.
Apparently.
Listen, man, I know that shit was a joke. And of course, my co-stars didn't make it easy. I almost said over here, had a fucking heart attack.
Dude, you were on the episode where we
listen. You made it sound like it was going to straight up be, Daniel Craig in the first 15 minutes, like they did with fucking, like they did with Metal Gear Solid 2. Like it's going to be at the beginning and then a random female Bond. And I was like, wait, what? That was way different. way fucking different what I was hearing, man. So I had to fucking verify. That's all. Now, I'm still not happy about the shit, but fucking, I was like, man, they're about to Metal Gear Solid 2 this shit. What? What do you mean? Female about what? Daniel Craig wasn't just pissing in the wind? What? Then okay, I had to just double check. That's all.
Okay. Well, now you've double checked and everything's locked in.
Yep.
Ready to be disappointed.
Well, it's not gonna. So far, it doesn't look like it's gonna be that fucking bad.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I'm not excited. Not that excited.
JHando4, thank you very much. He says, "Hello. LOL at your reading of the Wall Street Journal article earlier. They beat the hell out of this film in just 2 paragraphs. They did. That's everything you need to know. It's everything you need to know right there. For once, the Wall Street Journal is probably the most honest piece of reporting you'll find on this topic."
Yeah.
Maticus Finch, and that's a nice screen name, 1820 says, "Terminator Dark Fate is trash. It's like the Last Jedi of Terminator movies. Tim Miller is Rian Johnson. They did John dirty as they did Luke." I guess I got to make a video for Monday. Don't see it, Dion. Don't.
I'm damn sure not. You've convinced me. I'm not. Fuck James Cameron. Fuck Terminator. I won't say fuck Arnold Schwarzenegger because I still love him and I still have faith in him as one of my childhood heroes. But you fucked up, Arnold. You fucked up.
TLJ Screwjob, Bond 25. Can Doomcock just push the effing button? I'm not ready to go yet. There's more to fight in this culture war. Dustin Rogers says, "Did you guys talk about the Border Patrol and ICE scene? I think it was fairly pointless 20 minutes, or it was a fairly pointless 20 minutes. I didn't know that the Terminator had an ICE immigration scene. Why am I not surprised, though? What do you think, Dion?"
It makes sense. The fact that they had they showed the one trailer where it was him walking with a bunch of immigrants, and then again the whole clearly that was the feel they were going with all the fucking button up flannel, and obviously 2 other characters that are clearly of Latin descent, and then he's walking, he's in a fucking ICE compound or whatever, government compound that looks like it was looks like it was dealing with immigration. Looking back, because I saw that and I was like, that doesn't. Are they trying? Maybe that's just me getting poisoned by all this shit going on in the media. But nope, fucking nope. And it's so, which makes it even worse. So now, not only was this movie, a ploy to get the ladies to come and watch, but also somehow they felt like they were getting back at the man by putting those Mexicans in it. It's like, guys, you sacrificed this movie to make a point that landed in a wet fart. And that makes it even more depressing because I thought I was crazy. I really did. But now it's like, oh, okay, well, now there's an ICE scene in it. I'm not fucking surprised at all. I really am not now. I'm not.
Maticus Finch says, "The third Terminator movie should have been a 2-hour version of T2 opening and ending with Kyle being sent back. The future war as shown in Terminator 2. That could have been fine. I don't think that would have ruined the timeline and anyone would have been pissed. Do you think, Kendo?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, Kendo also sent in a hashtag run with Harriet.
Damn right.
And then Jay Raptor, thank you very much for your generous super chat. He says, "Terminator Dark Fate is a 7 out of 10. There are many things that could have been done better with this movie. The new direction of this story is an issue for me. And there are several things I would rather see in a new Terminator film."
So that 7 out of 10 means that it's good. So listen, and you may think that, and that's fine. I'm not saying you're wrong. I haven't seen it yet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm most likely not gonna see this fucking movie. But if you look at, and this is part of the problem, right? And I'm not jumping on you. I'm really not. But people did this with Star Wars. They did this with fucking A Wrinkle in Time. They did it with a lot of movies that were very terrible. And they all go, oh, well, it's a 7 out of 10. You know what? It's an 8 out of 10. You cannot give a score where you have a majority piece. It's a 7 out of 10, and then go,
oh, there are many things that can be done. If someone told me, hey, there's many things that can be done better, it's not a fucking 7 out of 10, dude. That's not what that score means at all. If I say it's a 7 out of 10, I'm saying, you know what, it's pretty good. Obviously, there are some things that that I didn't get, and yeah, there are a few issues with this, but this is good. You could give a list of this is good, this is good, this is why this is good, this is why this makes sense, blah 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 blah. The 7 out of 10 means good. There's no way after the shit that I heard that I could sit here and legitimately say, yeah, that sounds like a fucking 7 out of 10 movie. No way, Jay. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Don't fucking do that. Don't do that, Raptor. You know better, dude. Be honest. Send another fucking super chat in with an honest goddamn score. I'm. This is serious. Well, not obviously, but Jeff's laughing, so he gets it. But motherfucker, send another one in. That's
minus 5 stars.
God, I miss Botchamania.
I do too. So, as promised, here's my Marty McFly Halloween costume. This is 2013. This was me in college. This was some girl I went to school with. We both decided we were going to wear our Marty costumes, and everyone stared at us, but it was awesome. Dion, do you want me to pull up a picture from my history today? Because 10 years ago today, we were at a Halloween party.
Really?
Yeah, we were. It was the You Can't Keep Me in This Fucking Sweatbox night.
Oh, holy shit. Was it really?
Yeah. Do you want me to look that up?
Yes, I do, sir.
All right.
Holy shit. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that today. God damn. Talk about nostalgia.
Yeah. So speaking of all this historical stuff, I thought that according to Jeff in 2017, the best Halloween songs are A Nightmare on My Street by Will Smith, Somebody's Watching Me, Thriller, and Bustin'.
Bustin', definitely.
For sure.
Thriller, yes, because of the music video.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The song's great too, but
any other thoughts?
I was just gonna say you could pretty much put any Misfit song on there. They're all fucking demonic and shit.
So Dion, here we are 10 years ago at that party.
God, man. Holy shit. It's funny because every time I look at that picture, I'm like, we are some big motherfuckers. And then short ass toe.
Oh my god. And there's that guy.
Oh god.
And there's me bending a chair. I love Halloween.
God, overall, great fucking party. Great fucking party. Holy shit.
Oh yeah. That was such a fun. State was fun. I'm glad it's over, but we had a great time.
It is. And it also proved to us why El Toro's a terrible fucking tequila.
Oh, dude, with the little red hat on top.
Yep. Yeah, we drank all that shit too, man. Oh, disgusting.
I just remember you and Hillary, we pulled a mattress off the bunk bed, and you guys shared a tiny mattress on the floor.
Fucking drunk as shit.
Oh my god, great times. Kendo Slice says, if Jeff is a McFly, then how big is Batista's dick?
I hadn't trolled you on our own show yet.
That's true. You got me on Good Morning Pop Culture.
I did.
Oh my god. Adam Walford says it's more like a -7 out of 10.
I hate when people give scores like that, man. Like
-7?
No.
He
like
responded. He responded back.
I just saw his name pop up too. What do you say here? You go ahead and read it, Jeff. Go ahead and read it.
Manny Bothan says they should have gone the Back to the Future 3 route. Terminator in the Wild West, going after Sarah Connor's great-grandparents.
That would have been fun.
Yes. Wouldn't you continually try to go back even further?
Yeah. It's like, fuck, we couldn't get him in the 90s. Let's try him in the 70s.
Yeah.
You got
him as
Disco
a kid
Arnie.
himself.
You're like, well, we fucked up. Well, we got to go back to the 40s. He's fighting in World War II. Shit. What side is he on?
That would be incredible if you do send a Terminator back to World War II.
Yeah. He has to walk around and
Okay.
like fight in the German army because Sarah Connor's dad or grandfather is like invading Normandy and he's like trying to that'd be good. You could do so much with that. And then you go back another generation, he's stuck in the trenches. Then it's just 2 hours of him pissing and moaning about how he's a robot and his feet aren't going to get trench foot. It's just going to rust. Then he gets
I miss my
mustard
girl
gas.
back home.
Yeah. Then you go back a little bit further and he's in Pickett's charge You can do so many great things with that. It'd be great.
Listen, you
Terminator
are
through
joking.
time.
You're joking, but god damn it, that would be such an interesting, way more interesting, straightforward time travel action movie. Could you? I mean, for real, honestly, I can imagine. Hey, Terminator, and it's going after his great grandfather in World War II, or his, you know, well, it was the 80s, so yeah, you couldn't do Vietnam, but that shit would be fun,
How
man.
about Terminator 1776?
Yeah. You know,
I challenge you to a duel. He backhands him with a glove and fucking snaps his neck.
he fails his mission because he's a British soldier and he's under siege at like Yorktown and they surrender. He's like, but I haven't finished my mission yet. Be great. You could do so much. Like there could be an entire like scene of him in a library just researching Sarah Connor's genealogy to figure out where would be the best point that he could get to. He'd be like, let's see. If I go back to the 1340s, I could just, you know, kidnap her great whatever mother and just give her the plague.
Kidnap her and give her the plague. I don't know about that one, but I see where you're going with it, and I like it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much you could do with it. You could have him fighting in ancient Egypt. He's like climbing a pyramid. It'd be great. It'd be like, you know, Assassin's Creed, but better.
You mean but good?
Yeah. You know, after the shit, there's some good Assassin's Creed game.
Oh, I thought
but
you
then
meant
again,
the movie.
no, I meant the games.
Oh, okay.
The
That's
movie
one of
was
those-
great. What are you talking about, bro?
No, I didn't watch the movie. It was a PG-13 movie. It was like, how can you do Assassin's Creed PG-13? You're literally going around knifing people.
I'll tell you what you do. You cut Michael Fassbender's fucking hair, and you have him walk around looking confused the whole goddamn movie, and then boom, you got yourself a fucking winner.
That's true. But there's another franchise where the bad outweighs the good
Uh-huh.
in the games.
What?
Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, that they essentially became the Madden of assassin games, man. Fucking
Yeah.
every 2 years or every year. For a while, it was every year.
It was every
pumping
year.
out a new one. It was fucking terrible. Fucking
Yeah.
terrible, man.
Yeah. They started that after the third one where you were the half Native American dude running around, you know, colonial America. That was fun.
Yep.
And then the one where you're the
Mhm.
pirate was a year later, and that one was a lot of fun. And then every year was like new paint job, new location, do it.
We're all part of the brotherhood.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Mandy Bothans, that's the best idea we've heard on the show tonight. So we should eventually pitch each other like historical Terminator films. Just, you know,
Dude, I'm telling you
For
right
fun.
now, all jokes aside, like a Terminator getting sent back to World War II or something, that or Korea or some shit, that I'm fucking nibbling on that one a little bit, man. That would be fucking dope.
Yeah. I will not be happy unless I can see colonial soldier Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator freezing to death in Valley Forge because, you know, he's on our side and he's waiting for Sarah Connor's great times 58 grandfather to show up, you know, in the British Army. It's like, he'll be here. We will fight him at Trenton. Be like, that
Well, the
already
best
happened.
bit is-
Shit.
Well, if you keep with the franchise, the funniest parts would be like with whatever they send back to protect him. Like that's what I'm interested in. Like, do you send another Terminator? Or do you send Kyle Reese's dad? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck do you do?
Well,
Or
that's
Kyle Reese's mom. Like that.
Well-
like I want to see some other Terminator or Protector just being like, what the fuck is going on? I'm a black dude. Why the fuck did they send me back to 1776? I can't do shit back here.
look, until I could see Michael Biehn and Arnold Schwarzenegger jousting on velociraptors, I'm out of any future Terminator movie.
I remember my first beer. Sorry. TLJ Screenshot says Jeff is Marty, big, not fat guy in a little coat. That coat actually fit me. It was a comfortable jacket. I still have it somewhere. Dion, remember when I wore that costume for the first time?
Fuck yeah, man. I was.
You were Flash
You were
Gordon.
with me when you bought parts of it.
Yeah, we went to JCPenney together.
That's right, we did. Damn right, we did. JC Penney, baby.
Yeah, the last time I ever shopped there.
Well, probably. I think I shot there in. I was in Florida when I forgot to bring shorts like a dummy.
That happens to you a lot on trips. We went to
It
New Orleans
does.
and you had to go to like TJ Maxx.
No, it was Marshalls in the New
Oh,
Orleans.
I think it's the same company that owns them.
That's
Probably.
not the point. The point is, I found affordable shorts and nice shirts, sir.
In the comic, I drew you in that outfit. I was like, what does Dion wear? So I looked at our New Orleans photos. I was like, Dion wears that.
You, Now I'm even more excited to read the fucking comic. I'm gonna have my New Orleans wardrobe. I'm like, you know what? I did wear that. It still looks pretty good animated.
Yeah. Yeah, folks. Kendo got to read it today. The whole thing.
did.
Every page is done. It's going to the printer. It's done. It's going directly to you. So if you were one of the over 1,000 people that backed it, thank you for everything. And the comic is complete. And I cannot wait for you guys to. Sorry, I just saw somebody go. Give me
I saw two really good ones too. I had to fucking turn away before I started laughing. I saw two really good ones.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your merkin.
In regards to the comic, folks, make sure you're on Indiegogo and you have your addresses completely up to date because that's where you can change them.
Yeah, I think you have until. I'm going to give you guys till Monday if anyone needs to change it. Do Terminators dream of electric sheep? Ooh, you know what? That's so good. You're going to get put on the screen. What if it was a Terminator that assassinated JFK?
That would be. Imagine if this franchise became like every major event was just Skynet sending a Terminator back and it fucked up, and instead of it trying to kill a Connor, it accidentally blew fucking JFK's brains out, or that would be a funny fucking. That'd be a cool little thing to do, man.
I want to make this now. Terminator through time.
J. Edgar Hoover was a Terminator.
Yeah,
your red coat
all weird.
Them to me.
he shows up on a medieval battlefield. You got he's essentially fighting alongside William Wallace in that last big battle in Braveheart, and the fucking British are like marching at him and the longbows are going off and he's just sitting there with his fucking plasma rifle just blowing people to hell. It'd be great.
They go to cut off his fucking head and it just bounces off his neck and it breaks the fucking guillotine.
Yeah.
I am back. Oh fuck, he's the devil. And it's
the Terminator
Schwarzenegger.
The Terminator single-handedly wins the French Revolution.
And it's not even the real it's not even the Arnold Schwarzenegger T-800. It's the CGI Arnold Schwarzenegger from Salvation.
Yeah.
With the hair. Super gigantic biceps.
Yeah.
Fuck you, asshole.
And there's parts where he accidentally reverses history by, being on the wrong end because he ends up on the losing side, but he himself can like single-handedly wipe out a whole army and it like changes the courses of history.
That'd be so fucking oh shit. We need to make this new series. We need to say WCBS fucking saves Terminator.
You're like, James Cameron, we will buy the franchise rights off you for $1 and we will save it.
Terminator sinks the Titanic. They didn't hit an iceberg. He accidentally shot the guy driving the ship and he veered into an iceberg.
No, even better. He gets ported. I was gonna say he gets ported down and he lands right there on top of the ocean and the fucking boat hits him.
The Terminator can't swim. He would be fucked.
He's got rocket boots now. Because plot.
No, the movie would just be him hitting the Titanic and then walking to America. On the ocean floor. The whole time. Just like that.
All the people like falling out of the boat and he's like just like hovering there for a second. He's like, come with me if you want to live. And he sinks to the bottom of the ocean and starts walking. R.I.P. to all the people that died on Titanic, though. Man, that's some tragic shit.
That was 7 years ago, right?
1912.
Man, 105 years ago.
Oh,
yeah, too soon, man. You're not allowed to make fun of people that died on Titanic. They could be
fucked up, man. And it was 107. It was 1912 when the first one sank.
The first one? There was more than one.
There's a sequel to that shit.
They're making a Titanic too.
Oh yeah, that's right. They've been talking about that for a long time. They're going to build the boat and relaunch.
They've probably been talking about that since 1913.
Yeah,
we're gonna make a second one. Fuck that. I'll do it again.
Yeah, if somebody came up to me like, "Hey, we got a replica Titanic. It's exactly the same. It's going to follow the same course, do everything it did on the same days. Would you go?" I'd be like, "No." They're like, "Here's free tickets." Yeah, it's still no. Just something about testing that fate because my luck, it would hit another fucking iceberg.
That's the thing that makes it so damn hilarious. Like it's gonna do the same route. It's like, wait a minute, why? Yeah. We this happened before. There was a route that was planned. It was on that route. It didn't fucking make it to part B. I'm not gonna test that shit on the same route that everybody fucking died on.
Yeah, it went south
the other way
fast the first time. I don't want to even find out what it's gonna do the second time. I'll watch from the shore.
I'm taking a plane. Name a plane Titanic. I'll take the route that time.
Okay.
Yeah, I've flown over that part of the ocean many a times, and I never, sank. So I trust that.
Now, if I find me a beautiful naked redhead, then that's a little bit different. But unless you can promise me that shit, my black ass is taking the plane.
Yeah, but she's gonna, say she'll never let go, and then she's gonna drop you to the icy black depths of the ocean. You don't want
Your
that,
black
do you?
ass is going to the black depths. You want that to happen?
Leonardo DiCaprio in
Get
Titanic
those hot ass coat hangers, Dion.
Leonardo DiCaprio and his hot ass coat hangers. Titanic 2.
That's officially Dion's stage name. If we ever do anything, and he's got to get an acting credit, he's Leonardo DiCaprio.
And then like the movie wins an award, and it's just Leonardo DiCaprio sitting in the fucking stands, like, what the fuck is this?
Funny thing is, they still wouldn't be able to spell his name right.
Oh, this is our best episode in a while.
The icy black depths for your black ass.
What is Pam Grier in the film now?
Apparently, she plays the leader of the band.
Oh,
She's a sassy woman, but she's got a heart of gold. Terminator's got no heart at all. But he learns love.
She spends the last part of the movie like swearing and like talking back to the iceberg as they're floating past it and it's starting to sink.
Dr. Meatball clearly likes Black Dynamite. He got the reference right away. Oh my god.
Such a great movie.
It is. Where were we? Oh god. Jalapeno milk is
Terminegro. Fucking Zozo, I love it. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I want that on a shirt. I'll be black.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That is the name of our movie. Yes. Yes.
Who wrote that?
Yes.
Terminegro starting Leonardo DiCaprio.
Terminegro 2. He's black.
Oh my god. Who was that? He's getting the Listener of the Week award right there. Was it Doc Rob?
Zozo 2407, baby.
Oh,
Yep.
there you go.
My guy.
Listener of the Week, Zozo 2407.
Oh my god. Hollywood, did you see how natural that was? See how funny that was? That's how you do it. That's how you fucking do it. Terminegro, nobody can come up with that shit. That was off the cuff. Somebody on the internet came up with something. Fucking came up with that shit out of the blue.
Yeah.
That,
And then in Terminator in Terminegro 2, like the bad guy that's chasing him is the T White 1000.
fucking Jeff, fuck, did you see Don John Terminegro 2 MLK Day? God damn it.
I wrote Terminegro down. We should turn that into a comic strip.
Yes.
Oh, I agree.
Yes. Oh my god.
Uh,
To MLK Day.
oh my god, that this is the best Halloween I've had in 5 years.
Holy shit. Oh my god, that made my whole year 2019 is I'm done. We can have New Year's tonight. Holy shit.
Yeah.
This guy did a skip for a party. That's probably lame.
Yeah.
He's gonna listen to this and bust out. Oh my god. I would have paid money for someone to come up with Terminegro.
Dude, Hasta La Vista Crackers. What somebody wrote in the chat.
Holy shit.
I need a minute to breathe.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was
I would love it if we could get paid to make that movie.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Zozo, you're getting fucking credit where that one is some money, son. That so good.
Who we casted as Terminegro?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I meant, like, if we were really going to make the movie, would we put Leonardo DiCaprio
Michael
in
Jai
makeup?
Watt, of course.
Who?
Michael Jai Watt.
Are you
Jai
sure
White,
we're not?
excuse me.
Are you sure we're not putting Idris Elba?
I mean, we
definitely
have
not Idris
to.
Elba. No. I mean, we could, but
I would say The Rock, but he's not black enough.
Well, Dr. Thomas Raspberry said Arnold Schwarzenegger has to play him.
So, essentially, the black counterpart Austrian bodybuilder of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
We have the
clearly
technology. We
exists.
can rebuild it.
It's gotta be Michael Jai White. Oh, Terry Crews, Meatball. That's a good
Ooh.
one too. That'd be good too.
Don Cheadle.
Because those two would do it too. They'd be like, this sounds hilarious.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, man.
This has been another classic World Class Bullshitters moment.
Oh yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. in blackface.
Kirk
Work-
Lazarus as the Terminator girl.
Yeah, it's worked one time before.
I'm a dude disguised as another dude. Oh my god, that'd be
I'm a
great.
dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
And I'm a robot.
I'm a robot. Ching chong, motherfucker.
When we're accepting our 15th Academy Award for Terminator 5, people will be able to make, man, I remember the episode where that was born.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that's so funny. God, just why can't Hollywood do that? Why can't that just be something that's just funny, man? It's just organic. That shit is it makes me kind of even more depressed because it's like bullshitting on the internet with a loyal fan base. And a lot of them are just in the live comment section, and we've come up with something so goddamn funny. When these motherfuckers get paid, they can lose $180 million in a week.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
What do you mean, you robots? I love
What do
this.
You mean you robots? We
Let's
fucking
see.
lost, man.
He did. I think we need to find a role for Matthew McConaughey somewhere in this film.
Oh yeah, the Packer. Yeah.
I love you, buddy.
You
make me happy.
make me happy.
You want your digital cable? You will have your digital cable.
My best friend wants TiVo. He gets a TiVo.
Oh, that's what he wants. TiVo. They had digital cable. It was
Yeah.
okay. Oh, let's see. Jay Raptor chimed in. He says, I wanted to see John alive. Linda did amazing. Arnold was good. Other than that, it's mediocre. The new timeline sucks, though. I don't understand why they keep failing to make a great Terminator movie like T2. It's sad.
Well, I think the first thing that comes up when someone asks that part of the question is the intent behind it. Terminator 3 was a cash grab. I mean, we've talked about cash grabs, 3 times now over the stream, 2 times over the stream, or over the course of the show tonight. And that's the fucking common denominator. 3 was a cash grab. It was a plain fucking cash grab. The movie was, it had been fucking 12 years since 2 had come out. They fucking wanted to make a goddamn, even though the fucking ending was perfect. Then you have motherfucking Salvation, again, a goddamn cash grab, but this time it's starring Christian Bale and the dude named Sam who yells at everything. It's just, if you're gonna make a Terminator movie, you got to go into it where you're not trying to make $20 billion. You're trying to actually tell the story of the humans versus Skynet saga. I think that would be the first thing you fucking change is whoever fucking signs on for the movie, whatever studio would decide to give you money, say, hey, I'm not trying to make this the most successful movie of the year. I'm not fucking doing it. I want to tell the Terminator story. That'd be the first fucking thing I'd start. The first place, right there.
Very good. Adam Walford says the Joker was the best comedy of the year because the news media didn't get the mass shooting they were wanted. I guess the joke was on them. Ha, ha, ha.
It's not wrong.
No, they tried to hype that movie up to be this scary thing, and everybody was safe and all was well.
Well, I think Nick said it best when he talked about it on the show. He was like, hey, it was about people with mental illnesses being, forgotten about and mistreated, blah, 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 blah. And especially after watching it, that's exactly what it seemed like to me. But then, you have this media who pretends to be progressive and want change for the better of everyone, and they totally skip over that part of it. And that's fucking scary, man. They were trying to be like, oh, this is going to incite a fucking shootout. And it's like, what? That was the scariest part for me, man.
Well, thankfully, none of that happened.
Yeah, man. Because we're not all fucking crazy assholes who like to go see movies. We're just
less crazy assholes would like to go see fucking movies.
Yeah, that's true. Jalapeno Milk says Terminator Dark Fate is an easy 5 out of 7. Really great for a bad movie. So I should have said 5/7. That's not even 1. But hey, that's fine. Hey, to each his own. Tim Riggs says Kendo is talking Quantum Leap Terminator edition.
I mean, will he go home? I don't think so.
No, the Terminator died on his way to his home planet.
That's right. He got killed by the same meteor that got Poochie.
He's from Terminatrix.
Dude, no. The fucking Terminator stuck on the moon with that dead whale from South Park.
Yes.
Oh my god. J Raptor, thank you very, very much. He says Terminator 1 is a 9 out of 10. Terminator 2, 10 out of 10. Terminator 3, 3 out of 10. Terminator 4 Salvation, 6 out of 10. Terminator Genesis, 4 out of 10. Terminator Dark Fate, 7 out of 10. My review of the franchise.
The 7 out of 10 fucking bothers me. It really fucking bothers me.
For me, I will give T2 the 10 out of 10. T1, I'll go 8.
I'd say 8 too. I really would say.
And then I don't disagree with I guess T3 is a 4 out of 10 for me. Salvation, 5 out of 10. Genesis is a 4 out of 10. So we agree on T2 and T5. It's hard to keep these numbers in order. What's guaranteed to suck more, Dion? Terminator Dark Fate or the XFL?
Ooh, fuck. I'm going. Ooh, that's a tough one. Suck more. I'm gonna say Terminator Dark Fate, because at least with the XFL, you listen, as fucking crazy as Vince McMahon for trying this shit again, he's at least taking his time with this. He's at least waiting. If it fails, it's not going to be because he cut any shortcuts like he did last time. Even though the fucking the payment, how much they're paying these players came out and it ain't looking fucking good, but he's at least taking his time building the fucking league. They had their fucking draft to build an entire team. They have the whole playoff thing set up. But God, Dark Fate, $180 million they put in that movie. 12 million in a week. I don't think you could do worse than that in terms of starting a fucking sports league.
Terminegro is the thing we need to make for our skit show.
Yes.
Dion, you're going to play the role.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Woo! Role of a lifetime. I'm black.
And I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, and black. I love that song, even though that movie's just meh. McKinney90 says, Dion, better idea. Send a black Terminator to the 60s before MLK's March on Washington.
I'd watch that.
Could you seriously? We need to write down all of our skits and plan them out, because I have some connections out west. We can find some places to shoot Terminator.
Dude,
beautiful.
I mean, Terminator takes place in California anyway, so why not?
Exactly.
We'll go down to that water basin thing that John Connor fucked around with the kid from Salute Your Shorts. Did you? Oh, I didn't tell you this. I accidentally found him on Facebook.
What was the kid's name? Brett?
Danny
or whatever.
Danny something. Danny Trosy or Horsey or something.
Tamborelli?
Danny Tamborelli. I wish it was Pete and Pete caliber. Danny Tamborelli. No, this guy, somebody posted a picture. Danny Cooksy's his name. Somebody posted a picture of him with Hulk Hogan. And then I was reading the comments and somebody tagged him. So I just clicked on his profile. I'm like, shit, there he is. Just a normal dude with a family. It's kind of weird.
Does he still have the redheaded mullet?
He looks the same.
Oh, well, I guess that's good. Kind of, not really.
Yeah.
He was an ugly ass little kid.
Yeah.
Hey, I think I saw that kid you were looking for. Hey!
We're not getting Terminator right now. Trevor RN says, Mad TV Terminator, he saves Jesus. He'll be back. I remember that one.
Yep.
I remember that. I'm glad you brought it up, Trevor, because when we were talking about the Terminator, I was like, there was a skit on TV about the Terminator. I just don't remember it. Chi French says, you laugh. This is how Naked Gun got started.
Yeah, but those were good movies.
Yeah, but Terminator is like the film of the next generation.
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought he was putting Naked Gun down. I was gonna say, but those were actually really good movies.
When we go to the Oscars, to win our pick up our award for Terminator 2 MLK Day, we're gonna really get some serious accolades.
I'm gonna wear a tuxedo T-shirt.
Listen, as long as Sigourney Weaver's there to watch our acceptance speech, I'm gonna shoot my shot. That's all I'm saying.
Not a Band account says, when they killed John Connor, it was an aspiring, subtle symbolism for modern efforts to stop the fate of white boys growing up to lead. Hashtag intersectional.
Huh? That's a weird way to look at it.
I was thinking it was more of a, killing all the past stuff because we're trying to create a woke future.
Not even a woke future, just like, oh, we're gonna create this fucking fake ass, clearly monetary cash grab future that's pretending to be something of value, which is, I think, a lot worse.
Grand Inquisitor says, I like big butts. And how big is Batista's dick?
That's right.
The world may never know.
Yeah.
The world may never fucking know.
Edwin Dodo says, ironically, the Kawhi Leonard commercial was better. Is it Kawhi or Kawhi Leonard? Who is that?
Kawhi's a
Leonard?
basketball player.
Yeah.
Okay. What was his? Did he have a Terminator commercial? Was he the one that was in the gym with Terminator and Sarah Connor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I keep seeing that at the gym, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Terminator. Linda Hamilton is still in good shape.
Apparently not good enough shape to say no to a fucking terrible movie.
Damn.
There's a difference between good financial shape and physical shape. Terminator.
Touché. I'll give you that one.
Linda Hamilton is fit as a fiddle. I don't know what her budget is like. Schwarzenegger, he's hobbling along. He's worth $500 million. So.
Well, why don't you ask Google what her situation is?
Okay, Google. What is Linda Hamilton's net worth?
According to Celebrity
Oh,
Net
shit.
Worth, Linda Hamilton net worth. Linda Hamilton is an American actress who has a net worth of $70 million.
Okay, well, she's doing all right for herself then.
Yeah, shit, she's fine. TLJ Screwjob says, Terminegro, this ain't Terminator, Triple X parody. It's a parody, all right. I don't know how sexy it would be.
Yeah.
How is robots doing it sexy?
Yeah.
Ask Lando.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Barnaby Blackman, Justin Trudeau in blackface as the Terminegro. Whew.
I mean, I could see him auditioning for the role, but
That's a spicy meatball right there, boys and girls.
Grand Inquisitor, interior of a pool hall. Terminegro, I need your clothes, your Jordans, and your 86 Caprice. Hail the Phantom Menace. Party boob for life. Spend it on booze. We will.
Caprice.
Potato Radio says, gonna hashtag run with Harriet this weekend instead.
There you go.
Oh, Mikey Gussler has a great question for us. Did you hear the rumor that Marvel is thinking about turning Netflix Punisher into an R-rated MCU movie? Would love it. Give me more of that violence.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I know that they said that they want to bring back both Punisher and Daredevil. So yeah, I mean, I'm 100% for that shit.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with the Punisher franchise. There were 2 seasons, right?
Yep, just
I
2.
loved the first season. The second season sucked.
Yeah, you told me about that. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it yet. I'll probably still watch just to say that I did. But yeah, bring that shit back. Keep all the fucking topical shit out of it, and I'm all for. I want to see John Bernthal beat a motherfucker to death again.
The most topical I want it to be is the PTSD and coming back from war and how sometimes you're forgotten about, even though you've done other things. That to me is how you modernize the Punisher. But
yes,
it's about as far as I'd take it. J Raptor says they need to hire a director and script team who loves the lore and passionate about the franchise, not hard. We want to see the future war from the timeline of T1 and T2. Well, Jay, I agree. We do all want to see that future war. It looks so awesome. But I would even argue, not just with Terminator, with Star Wars, with any kind of franchise that's a long-running one with a lot of lore, a lot of fans, that's marketable. You need people that are passionate about it. You know, J.J. Abrams can tell you he's this huge fan, or Kevin Feige can say, I went and watched Star Wars a bunch. And in the case of Kevin Feige, I'd believe that one. But a lot of these other people that work on these franchises, they're just looking for a paycheck. You know, Tim Miller is looking for a paycheck. He's not looking for you know, to change the face of cinema. And that's the problem. These people like Benioff and Weiss, which we're getting ready to talk about in a second, they are mercenaries. They come in for pay, they raise the franchise to nothing, and they don't care about anything. It's offensive because everything that was once iconic becomes, you know, long in the tooth, and we're tired of it. So when it does die, like a Terminator, we're just like, fine. If you would have said 20 years ago to people, oh, the Terminator franchise is going to become a joke and fail, they'd be like, no, the Terminator 1 and 2 are great. Now we live in that reality. Thanks, Biff.
I think that's fair, man. I mean, it's hard to say it better than that. You know, I think the other side of that too is, you know, you don't only need people, you know, passionate fans, but you also need honesty. You know, I think the biggest problem with Star Wars, the biggest problem with the Terminator franchise, I think the biggest problem with not new properties, but this reboot culture is and you can put, you know, A Wrinkle in Time and Ghostbusters and that shit too, is this failure to be honest. You know, honestly, honestly, we all can agree we don't need just the flipped reboot of these fucking franchises. You know,
No.
whatever good you think you're doing, you know, one, a lot of the ways you're undoing a lot of shit because you're not taking a risk, so you're still using old tropes while pretending to do something progressive. And then two, we say it all the time in the show, fans aren't fucking stupid. You know, outside of Miller and obviously John, I almost said Carpenter,
John Huston.
right? You know, outside of all those guys being mercenaries, you know, there's no one being honest with them. There's no one being honest with them on their side, and then the fans aren't being honest. Instead of trying to be the cool guy, the cool girl on Facebook saying, "Hey, you guys don't get it," blah blah blah. You need to be able to say, "Hey, that's a bad idea. This movie isn't good. This movie is not a 7 out of 10. This is a bad fucking movie, and it doesn't make any sense." And you kill something that is, you know, even if you feel that there were, you know, a lot of culturally things wrong with the first two Terminators, those are important fucking movies. The same way that old Disney cartoons are fucking important. Obviously, there are things that are wrong with them, but what they brought to the table, you can't just ignore and undo 20, 30 years later and expect everyone to have the same reaction. The fan bases aren't fucking stupid. They're smart enough to know when something's wrong, and they're smart enough to admit in a lot of ways when something isn't right. This ain't the way to do that. And I think that fucking honesty amongst the fan base is a huge fucking a huge part of that problem now. It really is.
It is. Yeah, I'm surprised Terminator still has fans too, Rex. So there's another franchise that we talk about that we are surprised still has a fan base, and that's Star Wars. So Dion, when you heard the news this week of Benioff and Weiss, as a Game of Thrones fan, you heard the news of Benioff and Weiss being removed from Star Wars, what was your initial thought?
My thought was, fuck both of you guys. God, I hope this hurts. I hope it really hurts. And I don't care how bad that sounds. I really hope that stung when they ended up, you know, quote unquote, deciding to step away, whatever the fuck it is that they said. Oh, that made me feel so good because it's a little bit of comeuppance for that season 8.
Kendall, what was your thought of the news?
I wasn't surprised. I mean, I was kind of surprised, but it was not sort of kind of same as Dion. It was like, oh, there's a shock. You know, that's kind of funny because I watched what they did with Game of Thrones after they had no source material to go off of and how quickly it went straight downhill. So I had zero hopes. I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh man, those guys, Game of Thrones is amazing. It's awesome. It's a big deal. They're going to make Star Wars great. No, they're not. They've proven that once they get away from having books or other source material to take their storylines directly out of, they don't know what the hell they're doing. And so I was not at all thrilled to hear that they were going to be making Star Wars movies because I've seen their body of work. And yeah, kind of laughed when they got taken off the project. I was like, that's pretty damn funny.
Yeah. So I initially saw it and I was just like, oh, okay, I got to make a video about this. This was the only thing I was mildly interested in back post Last Jedi. Like, we're talking February. So I was like, okay, there could be a future for Star Wars. Now, there's a couple conflicting stories. There's three. There was the first one is they quit. There's the second one, which is they were fired because of the Game of Thrones season 8 finale. And there's the third one that it's the fans' fault, which is, stupid. So what do you think is the case, Dion?
They were fired. I 100% agree that they were fired. I think whatever term you want to use, fired, let go, released, pushed out, suggested that they leave, whatever the fuck you want to say, it all falls under the same goddamn umbrella. They were not wanted anymore. I think the brand name poison that they brought with season 8 was proof of that. And don't get me wrong, I watched all of season 8. As far as wrapping things up with it, I wasn't happy, but I was like, hey, it's over, it's wrapped up. I'm somewhat responsive to that. But the thing I think that for sure killed them was them opening their fucking mouths, them openly admitting to not knowing what they were doing, them openly admitting that, hey, I don't know why George R. Martin trusted us with his story, them openly saying, hey, we were rushed and we finished the fucking story. That, I think that's what got their fucking jobs done in. The fact that Disney sat back, they watched them do this, and then they watched the fan reaction. They said, hey, if we keep them on Star Wars, where we're already on thin fucking ice, they're going to kill our shit. They're going to kill our goddamn franchise. We can't, this cancer's got to go. And I am 100% in belief that someone told them, bitch, you got to go. This isn't going to work out.
Kendo.
I think they were let go primarily because I'm going to speculate here that they probably took in some of their ideas and stuff and ran it by whoever was overseeing, I guess Kathleen, and whoever else was sitting in on that, whatever creative meeting, for lack of a better term. And probably everyone looked at each other going, "Da fuck." What the hell? What is all this stuff? That's probably what it was. Creative differences or inability to create anything. That coupled with the fact that they openly admitted this, we didn't know what we were doing. That's never a good sign.
Nope.
You hire somebody to take over and try to make you billions of dollars, and they say, yeah, that last job I did, yeah, didn't have a fucking idea what I was doing. And then the person's like, wait, and you're going to be in charge? This ain't going to work.
I mean, to me, it just shows the bigger picture that Star Wars, the biggest franchise there used to be, has no proper management. I don't know how people Disney could let this happen. I mean, they were so excited to announce all of these things. Oh, we got this franchise or this film and this TV show and this toy and this comic and this and all. Very few things have come to fruition, and even fewer things have been good. Give me a quick second. I'm going to actually pull up just on my phone. I'll read it to you guys on air. I read it on, maybe it was the High Council or Good Morning Pop Culture. There was a list of all the shit that has been canceled under Kathleen Kennedy.
It's been a crazy long list. The directors alone, there's been like 5 of them, right?
Yeah, there have about 5 teams. Hold on, where is it at? Because here's the image of people hating Return of the Jedi. Thankfully, that image doesn't have a lot of that poll doesn't have a lot of likes. Keep talking for a second, Dion.
Well,
hey,
go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, Dion, are you watching the football game?
I am. Did you see the run-in with the fucking kicking net again?
Yes, I did. And did you see this very timely Halloween-themed touchdown celebration?
I did. I was proud of them. I'm so happy with the celebrations this year. It's been fucking crazy fun.
Yes, for those of you guys that are not, Austin Pettis of the San Francisco 49ers caught a touchdown pass and then did a thriller dance in the end zone.
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Where is it at? Because it was actually relevant. I wanted to be able to say, like, hey, Kathleen Kennedy's done all these things or fired all these people. Because, you know, it's kind of important.
Well, just kind of to buy more time. I know why you're looking.
I got it.
Looking for that. Oh, you got it. Okay.
So, since Kathleen Kennedy took over at Lucasfilm, Josh Trank was fired. Phil Lord and Chris Miller were fired from Solo. Gareth Edwards was replaced for reshoots on Rogue One, a Star Wars story. James Mangold's Boba Fett film was shit canned. Colin Trevorrow was fired from Episode 9, and now David Benioff and D.B. Weiss have exited their supposed trilogy.
Yeah. And that's before the rumors came out of them rethinking about Rian Johnson's fucking trilogy. That's before all the reshoots for The Last Jedi. That's also before randomly bringing in Ron Howard and him having to redo a whole fucking bunch of Solo. I mean, that's just the firings. You know, this shit is fucking crazy. And then, Rebels getting fucking canceled. The what's her name from Galaxy's Edge resigning under these mysterious circumstances and feeling that she wanted to go on and do other fucking things. That this is fucking this all happened, guys. They just fucking bought Star Wars fucking 4 years ago.
Yep. Oh no, sorry, they bought it 7 years ago on October
7 years ago,
2012.
Holy shit! It's 7 years, and you have on flagship projects. That's
it's
crazy.
not just like one or two flukes. This is consistent flukes.
That's crazy.
So yeah, Josh Trank was a shitty director, but I'm just saying.
Right.
Still, it was Boba Fett.
But he had a job. That's what's so crazy. That motherfucker had a job for Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's a terrible director. What is happening?
Because they wanted the hot name. That's the problem with Star Wars nowadays. They're going after the hot name. It's like, oh, Game of Thrones is hot. Let's get them involved. Oh, Rian Johnson did something popular in the pop culture or the science fiction genre. Let's get that name. All this shit. They never get the right person. Maybe Jon Favreau's the right person because he's remained relevant for 20 years roughly. He's been pumping out great stuff for 2 decades.
Yep.
And maybe he's the guy. But every other one, they're hired after Jurassic World. They're hired after the Lego movie. They're hired after all these things that are popular, and they never look at who's the right person for the longevity. So
right. And not only that, but then they also want to interfere. You have Gareth Evans and the guys on Solo. And they knew what those guys were about, and then all of a sudden they didn't want to go with a comedic thing to go with Solo. They hire what's his nuts to play Han Solo, and he can't even get the fucking character right. Then you fucking have obviously it's not so much Lucasfilm, but Jon Favreau even came out and said, it's fucking terrible when the fucking studio gets involved. And he's like, that's why he didn't want to do fucking Iron Man 3 and ended up going to Shane Black. It's this crazy amount of fucking interference. It's just, and apparently that's what Ron Howard told the studio when he was finishing Solo. He's like, listen, I'm going to finish this movie. You guys cannot interfere from this point on. And it's like, so make up your mind. Do you want to go with someone that's popular or do you want to make the fucking movie?
The Josh Trank stuff, sorry, the chat kind of caught me off guard. If you want a good a good recap of how Josh Trank fell from grace, Midnight's Edge video on the Fantastic Four, which was the dumpster fire before there was Ghostbusters, which is the first dumpster fire we were around for. Because Fan Stick was August of 2015. This podcast debuted October of 2015. So we've covered Ghostbusters and The Last Jedi and all that stuff. So and now Terminator Dark Fate, another dumpster fire in the making.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, folks. If you ever want to, when a shitty movie strikes, find us. We're gonna make fun of it. So J Raptor says or asks thoughts on the Mandalorian trailer. He says it looks good. Kendo, you go first. What was your thoughts on the Mandalorian trailer?
I thought it looked pretty good. I saw it and thought, hey, here we go. Maybe this is the beacon of light, the hope out of Disney Star Wars. But then I remembered, hey, the Force Awakens trailer looked good too.
Dion?
On one side, it got me very excited. I thought the trailer looked awesome. I think it looked really awesome. And then to hear Pedro Pascal's voice as whatever Fett he is was very fucking exciting. And it looks to be a little mature, which also made me excited. My only issue is, because they keep throwing around Jon Favreau's name, is that the first episode is going to be good. So the trailer being so good, something tells me that's all from episode 1. And then, because there's supposed to be 12 episodes, the remaining 11 are going to be fucking terrible. So if anything, I'm not even cautiously optimistic. I'm scared straight out. I think the first episode's going to be dope as fuck, and the rest are going to be terrible.
Well, I pulled up the list. So here, I'll show the list and we'll talk about the people behind The Mandalorian, which is weird because I feel like the best shows and movies have a unified voice, a team.
Yes.
So this TV show had a budget of $120 million. It's quite a bit of change.
Damn.
Fuck, man.
So The Mandalorian episode 1 is directed by Dave Filoni, but written by Jon Favreau. Now, if we look closely, every other episode has a TBA, to be announced, writer. So again, we know.
Oh no.
Yeah, we know we have Jon Favreau for that first episode. We don't know who else we have after that.
That's not
Dude,
good.
That's not good at all.
Wait till that name Ryan Johnson pops up.
Which we know that the series is completed. So it's not like they're making the episodes as they're coming out. They're specifically withholding that shit until the episodes get close to being released.
Yeah, so people have already signed up for Disney Plus. Because WWE Network gives you a free month.
Yes.
And you can sign up and watch WrestleMania and anything else in that 1 month window. Disney Plus doesn't offer that, does it?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I know that right now they're doing a thing where if you have, was it Verizon?
Yes.
And you have Verizon, but you have Verizon and unlimited data, then you get, I think it's a month free.
So you get a year.
A year. Okay. So it's a year and then their entire catalog in that year, right?
Yeah, so you get I got the message. It says enjoy Disney Plus for 1 year and then $6.99 after that.
Right. Whew, I don't know, man. I guess that's kind of in the same ballpark. I won't say the same. But as far as people who don't have Verizon, I haven't heard shit. I know that they were offering, if you got it, if you paid for a whole year instead of the monthly thing, there was something that they were throwing in. But yeah, I don't know, man. Everyone that's not Verizon, it's not coming off as legit to me.
Yep. We'll find out. But no, we also have a lot of directors. We have Bryce Dallas Howard. I mean, has she directed a lot of stuff?
I don't think so. What the fuck?
No.
Here we go. Her directorial ventures include Orchids and the documentary Dads.
It's not a very flattering photo of her either.
No, because normally I consider her pretty good looking. But that photo at the top makes her creepy. I didn't know she was in Apollo 13. She's also in Terminator Salvation.
Oh. Yeah, I don't remember her being in Apollo 13. But I think Opie made the movie, so it makes sense.
Yep. She's in a great episode of
good movie.
Black Mirror as well. So, but the Mandalorian, I thought the trailer looked fine. Am I frothing at the mouth to watch it? No. I'll give it a fair shake. That's all I can say. That's the best I can give everybody. J Raptor also says, fire Kathleen Kennedy, hire someone who the fans respect and knows Star Wars and doesn't have an SJW politics or gender politics BS in our movies. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. Yeah, hire us. Fuck it. You know what? We're putting that out there. World Class Bullshitter should run Star Wars 2020. It can't get worse than it already is. Yeah. We'll do it for a nice fat paycheck and we'll make Star Wars amazing.
Yeah. First order of business, take episodes 7, 8, and 9, put them in the vault, and never let them out again.
Yeah, we're just going to release a big We're Sorry campaign. Remember Rose Tico? We're sorry. Remember Kylo Ren? We're sorry. Remember the Porgs? we're really sorry. Star Wars Episode 7.
I have a
No more times.
I was gonna say I have a better campaign. The shit didn't happen. Rose Tico, shit didn't happen. All the stuff that happened in the Last Jedi, that shit didn't happen. Forget all that shit because that didn't happen. Coming from us, the real Episode 7. We just start our own new saga.
Yeah, I like it. So, do you guys have anything else you want to cover tonight?
Not off the top of my head, man. I can't. I was just fired up over those two things for the most part.
Yeah, it's Star Wars: The Rise of Terminator.
The crossover event of the century.
So, are you ready for our Patreon questions?
Let's do it.
So, we have two from Tony this week, folks. You remember, if you're a patron of a certain tier, you can request to have your topics read on air, and we will cover them. So first off, we have, for each newly created Star Wars character in the Disney trilogy, movie creates a McDonald's menu item that represents their character. Come up with the item name and ingredients. Bonus points if you can come up with an advertising slogan for the item.
Oh.
So for me, Kylo Ren's going to be the McDipshit. He's all soy. He's a soy patty on a bun with vegan cheese.
That sounds terrible. Yeah.
So let's see. I've got the Ray Burger. It's completely plain. Nothing comes on it. And there's an instruction manual on the wrapper that tells you exactly how to eat it because you don't know how to eat a sandwich, and she'll tell you how.
I think I'm gonna have the I'm gonna say the prime meat filled the McStuffin, and that's gonna be the McStuffin is sadly going to be what's his name? The Sith Lord.
Snoke?
Soak, yep. Soak's gonna be the McStuffin. He's just a wrinkly, overcooked sausage link that's 3/4 of a whole sausage link, and it's on a bun, but a shitty bun. And it's not stale, but you know that it's been sitting in the back in a plastic bag for too long. And it's got sauteed onions on it, and it's got mustard. That's it.
Okay.
Underwhelming. Didn't
Yeah,
do well.
just like
Tastes
Snoke.
like shit. Exactly.
Okay, and then he has another question. He says, just thought of another topic based on an article I read about a prediction made by High Council member Ethan Van Sciver. He thinks AT&T is likely to sell off DC Comics. If so, do you think Disney makes a play to buy it so they can essentially own all the comics as well as the related movie IP? If you do think they make that play, how do you think this will affect the comic book / movie industries? Do you think they will keep it all separated or do a massive combined universe where Aquaman fights for the control of the oceans against Namor and the Guardians of the Galaxy fight alongside with the Green Lantern Corps? Thanks. So let's break that down.
Okay.
I don't think they'll get away with buying.
No, I don't think they would.
Then the monopoly talk starts.
Right.
I don't know how they got away with buying 20th Century Fox, to be honest.
The only way I can see how they got away with buying Fox is that they could argue that there is still Universal, Sony, Paramount, and all that stuff out there. So they're not really a monopoly. If anything, they're part of the Big Five, and now they're just 2/5 of the Big Five. So they're still outweighed by the other, production companies. That's the only argument that I could see that they could have made that could have flown. But if they go and, I could see them trying to buy DC. I could see them saying, yeah, we'll buy it, but then them getting shut down because then it truly would be a monopoly.
Yeah, they would own all of it, which is shitty. People say, well, what about the indie comics? What about this? Look, we love indie comics. We produce
like 5% of the market.
Well, I'm sure we could look into it, but if that's the case, let's play the game though that they do in fact get it. I think they would bring them all together and make a massive universe and just do crossover movies forever.
Yep. Yeah.
Dion, any thoughts on this?
I'll go with if they did get DC, I think that they would keep it separate. I think they would definitely eventually move toward doing some kind of gigantic, massive thing. But I think at this point, they would
do somewhat of a job of keeping everything separated, because I think even they wouldn't know what to do with all the major properties right now in film and comics. At the same time, if AT&T is going to sell DC, I honestly think you'd have Disney probably get outbid. Now they have all the money, but I think you would have that price would go up, and I think you'd probably have whatever other entity there is, they would probably sell so much to get DC. I think you would have, I mean, it would be the company equivalent of like a free agent in sports, where I think you'd even have other companies combine to outbid Disney. I don't think there would be, whether it be Comcast or Viacom, or even you'd have other companies combine. Monetarily wise, I don't think you'd have anyone letting Disney get that fucking property, especially because the movie still made money. I mean, obviously they weren't great. Batman vs Superman still made $800 million. Justice League underperformed, but it still made like $700 million. They're not, especially if they could get someone in there to actually make a good movie. I think you'd have, whether it be two companies combining or some major property selling hell and high water to get fucking DC, it'd be fucking crazy. I think it'd be really crazy.
Yeah, well, hopefully, somebody said Netflix could make a play for it. What if Apple bought DC?
Apple would try. Netflix doesn't have them. They're already billions of dollars in debt. I don't think that they would have the capital to try and outbid it. But Apple for sure. I can see Apple. Viacom, obviously, especially since they had the TV rights. I can see them fucking selling an arm and a goddamn leg to get DC. And again, like I said, I don't think that AT&T would sell it, because again, the movie still made money. They can still make money off of it. But yeah, man, I think you would see, it'd be one of the most unprecedented fucking property purchases in history, because they would combine to fight Disney getting that shit.
Yeah, like people in the chat are saying that there's no reason to sell off. Maybe they stop printing comics, but I mean, come on, you can make Batman movies forever, Batman toys, Batman video games, all these things. I don't think AT&T, who owns Warner Brothers, should ever sell it.
No. Even then, I think even if AT&T went to sell, you probably have Warner Brothers try something where they would just outright own them. There's no way Warner Brothers would let that fucking happen. And even though the comics aren't making a bunch of money, they're not going to fucking give up even the animated movie rights. No fucking way. They would, whether it be Warner Brothers, even they would try to fucking remortgage the fucking house to get that property. I just think that it's business, but I think the prospect of Disney owning everything, even the people with a bunch of deep pockets don't want that to fucking happen.
No. So let's see. We have TLJ Screwjob, who says new WCBS movie idea: Lambo versus Terminegro. Sure, coming 2029.
Yeah, that could work.
Mikey Gussler says Chris Pratt just uploaded a picture of his wife, Arnold's daughter, and tickets to Dark Fate. He said his wife cried. He said his wife cried, and Chris thinks it's fantastic. Guys, I think we lost him.
Well, he's got to toe the party line there if he's married to Arnold's daughter.
Wait, did he get remarried?
Yeah. Yeah, Anna Faris, I think, was jealous of his success, so they got a divorce.
I remember hearing that. I didn't hear that he got remarried. I mean, he probably found some other super religious chick to splooge in.
He's Star-Lord, man.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Let's see. Finally, last super chat of the evening. Jay Raptor says, by the way, love your Star Wars Toy Store videos. Very hilarious how you play with Legos and Rose dolls. Very funny. It's amazing how the fans don't buy crap because it sucks.
They're not stupid, man. They're not stupid.
Fandom is Star Wars fandom. They are very dedicated fans, but they just won't buy any old shit. That's why the new stuff rots on shelves, because they don't have the emotional connection, and kids like other shit these days, other toys. So,
well, and I think the other thing, that's the downside of when you raise a whole generation up on something that's really, really fucking good, because eventually that bar gets raised. So obviously, early Star Wars toys weren't awesome. They weren't great, but time goes on. Toy makers get better.
The product gets way better. There's a fucking bar, so you can't have some shitty fucking quality toy with shitty that looks like shit based on a shit character. You're business wise, you can't fucking do that. And obviously that's proven because obviously nothing's selling. And then, we talk to a lot of toy makers and distributors and custom guys at Star Wars Celebration. And like the bad characters don't fucking sell. They just don't. Fans aren't fucking dumb, man. That bar gets raised every time this shit gets older. They're not gonna go for this bullshit. Even the kids, man, they're used to their parents talking about that shit or seeing their parents' toys. I'm not gonna let my kid fucking get some shitty goddamn Kylo Ren lightsaber Rose Tico fucking action figure. He fucking sees the shit that I spent a lot of money on.
Well, you at Star Wars Celebration, you bought your kid the entire original cast from the first Star Wars film from the old Hasbro stuff pre-Disney.
Yep.
You didn't buy a single new episode 7 or 8 figure.
Exactly.
I remember going around all these vendors trying to get, we need Obi-Wan, we need Vader, we need Luke, we need this, we need that.
Yep.
It was fun.
Yep.
It was like I was a kid again. So, Jay Raptor, thanks for everything tonight, man. You've been a big supporter of the channel, and we appreciate you. We appreciate everybody. One last thing, since tonight is Halloween for at least one more hour. Dion, favorite horror film?
Favorite horror film, you said?
Yes.
Oh, The Thing, man. I fucking love the shit out of that movie. I love The Thing so much. The prequel sucked dick. I hate that goddamn movie. But oh my God, I love everything about that movie. We watched it 2016, 2017, I think, for Schlocktoberfest. By far my favorite horror movie.
Kendo.
Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street.
First one?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Although the third one's really good too.
Same. I agree with that. I think the third one's my favorite, and essentially it's tied with the first. First one's legitimately scary. Third one's fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, mine's Halloween. I love Michael Myers. Dressed up like him for many, many years. Dion's seen the costume.
Yes, goddamn right I did.
Remember how I used to have people walk around with me on campus to scare people so no one would say I attacked them?
Right, exactly.
I was safe back then. There wasn't a Me Too era, but I made sure nobody accused me of assault. So
well, that's because you're smart, man. Because writing gets on the wall when you see a crazy motherfucker saying crazy shit.
Yeah. So those were good times. But I always had like 3 to 5 witnesses with me. Remember that girl Katie that we called Steve? She would go with me.
Smells like beans and asshole, man.
Oh my God, you remember Beans and Asshole?
Fuck yeah, I do.
See, folks, that's what happens when you're friends with somebody for going on over 10 years now.
Over 10 years, man.
Yeah, we hit that 10-year mark in early 2019.
Yes, we did.
Kendo, we've been friends for what, 2.5 now?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, they've been 2 awesome years. So
yeah, I know. I read the comic and I let somebody else that's I associate with on a regular basis take a look-see at it as well. And I was asked if I contributed any of the dialogue. I said no, and they said, "Wow, he captured exactly how you act and say things and how you would behave in this situation." I was like, "I know."
You were my favorite character in the whole comic.
I was my favorite character in that comic as well.
And I was like, I wrote myself out a little bit so I could have you and Nick be, the comic foil, and then Dion, you'll be more present in the next one.
I appreciate that, man.
That's okay. You get the big reveal in the comic. So
yeah,
cool.
Let's see. We had 2 more super chats rolling. First from our friend Mikey Gussler. Mikey says, Saturday opening weekend for episode 9 in 3D at noon, and not one seat has been bought yet. What a joke Star Wars has become. No more fast ticket sales. Well, Mikey, you know what's going to happen is magically every ticket's going to sell out on like the night before to stick it to the fans.
It's all the bad fans that were talking shit about it that's going to hurt it in the long run, too. Don't forget that.
Toxic fans.
It's all our fault.
Yeah, we made The Last Jedi bad.
It's all our fault, man.
Yeah, like next time you are forced to watch that movie as your teeth are being drilled out of your face, know that Jeff of World Class Bullshitters made that film. He made it, and that's why it's terrible.
That's right.
I made it from a first draft, and everyone told me it was great.
And then he made a boat.
Yeah. It's the greatest boat of all time. We're going to bring Ryan the Boatmaker back for the build-up to episode 9.
Damn right.
Let's see. J Raptor, thank you very much again. He says Rose Tico is what $1 per figure from your newer videos. That statement right there is how the fans feel. Well, Jay, to be fair, Rose Tico was $1 way back in early 2018 when I would go to Kroger. They would have $1 Star Wars figures, and I've seen Rose Tico for as low as 50 cents. That is the worst selling Star Wars character ever, followed by maybe Snoke, then General May Dean from the original Return of the Jedi line. So it's garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So man, we got a lot of folks watching tonight. We had an amazing turnout. I think our big Star Wars stream really brought in a new streaming audience. So folks, thank you for sticking with us tonight for episode 195 of the podcast. Episode 200 will be a live show here in town where we will have a pre-Rise of Skywalker show, as well as a big review. So that's going to go well into the night. We're going to be on camera. All the guys are going to be in town for the cinematic event of December 19th. Well, that could be cats depending on your neck of the woods, but It's going to be an awesome time. So if you guys are here and you enjoy what we do, make sure you're subscribed, get your notification bell turned on to all, and check out the videos. We've been pumping out a lot of videos this week. I'm going to be pumping out videos all the time. I have a master list that I'm trying to finish out for the rest of the year. So thank you to everyone who made that possible. Thank you to everyone who backs us on Patreon. And thank you to everyone who listens to us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, and any streaming platform. If you do listen to us there, please give us a 5-star review, not for our egos, but it helps us become more searchable in the index and we can grow world-class bullshitters. So it's just a small way you can help support the channel, and we appreciate it greatly. We don't have anything from Nick to at all. We don't have anything from Nick to promote, so
subscribe and like and listen to his channel, Real Independent Productions, real with 2 E's because film pun. Tomorrow, the video that will be going up is me and Nick reviewing an independent horror movie called Plank Face that we really enjoyed. And it was a doozy, very psychologically crazy and lots of nudity. So,
ooh, okay. I might need to check that out.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Dion, happy Halloween, man.
Happy Halloween, man. I had a fucking blast tonight. I know I was rambling a lot, but motherfucker, you know it's real. You know it's real. And God damn it, Darth Primus, you couldn't help yourself. No, especially space horses.
Sporces. That's Scooby-Doo. I don't know how to do a horse sound effect. Anyway, folks, this has been World Class Bullshitters. I have been Jeff. We have had Dion and Kendo. And as always, folks, go out into the world and be excellent to each other.
Spooky.
Boo!